What up, what up, what up? I'm Jake.
I'm Jim.
Welcome to Secret Hideout, place where we talk you can't bring to the dinner table.
Let's get it.
Let's get it. Jim, give him that smoke.
Check us out on Instagram at Secret Hideout Podcast, and make sure you subscribe and like that YouTube channel, Secret Hideout Podcast. We're also on Twitter at Secret Hideout 17, so check that shit out. Yeah. We got our boy Derek here today. What up, Derek?
What up, man?
Derek's the homie from back in the day. We skate together a lot, and, you know, we vibe on the same shit, so
yeah,
we got that shit popping.
Go back to Coney times.
Coney times,
all
yeah.
of us.
All of us, yeah.
Coney's just like, it's the one that brought everyone together. I
Really?
swear, dude.
Coney brought a lot of people together.
Yeah, fuck yeah, it did. It was crazy.
Also
Weird.
tore a lot of people apart.
It did. That's so true. That's so true. Oh, shit. But yeah, we got Derek here to talk some shit. We got a whole bunch of stuff. Derek's an amazing skateboarder, too.
Yeah.
So
Jim's got a Trump flag behind him.
I do. Yep.
That's Jim. He just bought that today.
Yeah, that's good.
He went to the flag store.
I was like, what
He's
flag?
like, give me the best Trump flag you got
Yep.
for the podcast.
Yeah, we got it right there.
Link is in the bio.
Yeah, you can get that Secret Hideout podcast discount. Let's get it is the discount
No,
code.
I love how it's like hidden though. Like he set it up so it's like hidden. Go back to your shot and see. He's like, yeah, they won't know it's a Trump flag. It's just a P.
It could
maybe
be an
N.
NP. You never know. You never know. But well, I was initially gonna place it right there.
Well,
on
no,
this
I was
door.
supposed to bring an American flag over.
Yeah, and I wanted to put it on this door to cover this door, but then I was like, well, I don't want to. And then Jake brought a fucking Trump flag over. So I was like, well, I don't want to just blast behind our guest like a Trump. So if he wants to, you know, show his friends at work and stuff, they're like, oh, look at this crazy right-wing nut fucking on Trump podcast or some shit.
Yeah.
Appreciate that, Jim.
But yeah, I don't know. You know, it's like, okay, I can easily say that like I did. So let me just break this down actually, because I was just in Vegas. Okay.
Oh,
I went
yeah.
on vacation.
You were at Vegas.
Yeah. So I went to Vegas first, and there's the Trump Tower there. And I saw it, and I was like, that's my guy. You know, I saw it, and then you flash back to 2019. I go to Chicago for a work trip, and there's like literally a picture of me flipping off the Trump Tower. You know what I mean? Because I didn't, you know, I thought he was just part of the cog. Like I didn't really stop like fucking with politics and shit like that. I've talked about it a million times on here, but like I didn't, you know, I just thought he was part of the machine. I was like, oh, this is just some Republican that they're, so, you know, I was like, fuck Trump. I mean, how did you,
Same. In the beginning, I was like, yeah, this guy's an idiot.
Yeah.
Listen to him talk.
Yeah, I mean, same for you, right? I mean, it was like it was fucking wild that like there was this shift. Like I get to Vegas and I'm like fucking zooming in on the fucking Trump Tower, sending it to Jake, like that's our guy, you know,
like stomping around. That's my boy.
I know. I was like, oh fuck, I should have got a room at Trump Tower the last night, but it was like way too expensive, anyways. But no.
What day did you guys come back?
We just got back on Sunday.
Were you guys affected by that flight thing?
Yeah, for sure. So we got to the airport right when like we're going to our check-in line or whatever, and it's fucking huge. Like the airport's nuts. I'm like, what the fuck's going on here? Like I guess I was like, oh, this is Vegas, I guess. You know, maybe it just takes forever. But then we're hearing all this shit, like we're hearing cancel flight line. That's the cancel flight line. That's like hundreds of people. Like I'm talking hundreds of people.
Were you flying Southwest?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah,
You were flying Southwest?
Yeah, we flew Southwest.
Shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
That shit was crazy. Like
that's not the Walmart of skies, right? That's
no.
That's Spirit, right?
I don't know.
Spirit's like the Dollar Tree of
Yeah.
skies.
Yeah. But why you fuck with Walmart? You're like, don't fuck with Walmart like that.
I go to Walmart all the time.
You love Walmart.
I got family, bro.
But no, so we get there and it's crazy. It's chaos. They're switching gates on us and shit like that. So
was your flight canceled?
no.
No.
Our flight was delayed a half an hour, so it really wasn't a big deal. But our gate got switched last minute, and we almost missed our flight. We were, me and my girl were
because of it.
Yeah, I'm sure of it.
Okay.
Everything was all fucked up.
Yeah.
And so, but then the news is saying it's because of the weather and shit. And it's like fucking clear as fuck
Did you
out.
see the screenshot of the weather that day? There's like 3 clouds over Missouri.
Exactly. It's like, and so the news is saying weather delays and shortage of staff, but because I think the Southwest vaccine mandate rolled out on the 9th, so we were flying on the 10th, so the day after, I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
Damn.
So it was like all of a sudden we're hearing buzz of it. Me and my girl are hearing like people talk about like, oh, it's the pilots that don't want to get vaccines and shit like that. We're hearing all the people talk about it. And I'm like, well, it's kind of rad actually.
Right.
I'm like,
right.
I want to meet these guys. I want to shake their fucking hands. I was like, that's my guy right here. You see? Like, I was like, you know what I mean? But yeah, so it was hectic in there. But yeah, it was really crazy. And then I went to Zion National Park too, which was fucking wild, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that shit was. You got to check that out. Everyone's got to check that out. I thought hiking was kind of lame, to be honest. I thought it was going to be
hiking in Michigan is kind of lame.
Yeah, for sure. And I have friends that like are really into it, and they have like an awesome backpack company and shit, and they hike everything. They hike like the PCT and shit, like the big from Mexico to Canada.
Damn.
But they're really into it, and they hike here. And I guess it's not that lame actually. Michigan hiking like up north is actually pretty sweet.
It's pretty sweet.
Yeah, if you get like up in like by Traverse City and shit like that, like there's a lot of hills and cool woods and wild trails and rivers and shit. But I thought it was gonna be whack, but it was fucking really cool. It is kind of an amusement park.
Really?
It's like an amusement park for like fucking like granola liberals. You know what I mean? Like it is like it's like and like. There's a lot of like you see a lot of like fucking bitches out there. I don't know if I should say that, but yeah, I guess I should. But they're out there like for sure for like Instagram clout and stuff. You can see them like in their like Patagonia gear and shit like that. Like it's it's definitely an amusement park. There's a lot of people.
That makes sense.
But it's still beautiful because I know you sent me that clip on Instagram of like.
Reality,
like expectations of Zion, and then the reality, and it's like a shit ton of people.
Yeah,
and it's kind of like that for sure.
Yeah, like you can get that picture that makes it look.
Yeah, you can
beautiful and like isolated.
Yeah,
and like you're in a special part
for sure.
But then like the reality is right behind you or in front of you is
some of the line of tourists waiting to get a picture.
Yeah, for sure. And that's it's kind of I think that taints it.
Yeah,
it taints because we went on like just a normal hike outside of Zion where it's still beautiful. It was in St. George, Utah, and it's like 20 minutes or maybe an hour from Zion, and that was cool. There's no one out there, and it was these fucking awesome red rocks and like this. Actually, we were on the hike, and the weather started getting wild. Like it was beautiful when we started. And it was a pretty intense hike. It wasn't just like a paved road through the fucking wilderness. It was actually like a hike.
Yeah.
And we started it and it was straight, and it starts to get windy and like cloudy, and like I'm like it's about to rain, and I'm like, babe, we gotta get the fuck out of here. I was like, and she's like, no, we're almost there. We're almost there.
They make movies about this shit.
Yeah, for real. And I was like, we gotta go. Like and I'm kind of scared of weather. I'm always like watching the weather.
Yeah.
I always like, I feel like I always wanted to be a weatherman when I was a kid and shit. So I feel like I know more than I do. I'm like, I feel the rain coming. I feel it in my bones. But we started walking, and she was so gung ho on fucking getting done with it. She's such a trooper though. She's kind of like, she's got more balls than I do for sure.
Yeah.
And I'm like, we can't be playing right now. I was like, this is stupid. I was like it's fucking gonna start raining, and we had to do this crazy like rope climb.
Like, stop being a pussy, Jen.
She was, yeah, she was for sure. And I'm like, no, we gotta listen to the clouds in the mountains right now. I'm like feeling like all like in touch with nature and shit. I'm like, the skinwalkers are telling us to leave. And we ended up leaving. It like rained like a little bit. It was like not a big deal. But flash floods happen out there for real.
Damn.
Like, and one of the hikes we were on, it's called the Narrows in Zion. It's in the river. And there's like 7 hikers a couple years ago got caught in a flash flood and died.
Damn.
In this hike. And that hike in particular is very, very populated because it's one of the like it's this one. The one where
Oh, what, they got caught in that like
Yeah.
Damn.
canyon?
yeah, just check out the
And
Narrows.
there's nowhere to go.
Yeah, there's nowhere to go. And you're in the water. Like
That's
you're
fucking
walking
scary.
through water that's like waist high at sometimes. So it was definitely way cooler than I thought it would be. Like I don't know if it hits me in a special place because I like the desert.
Yeah.
Like I like the desert a lot. My sister lived in AZ for years, and I'd fucking go out there, and I just loved that it was all dead. You know, it's
Right.
all like, but it's still so
It's like
alive.
the polar opposite of
Yeah.
what we're used
100%. Yeah.
Desert scares me, but I want to see it.
to. Yeah.
Yeah. It is scary. Like when you're on the roads and shit. Like we were driving back from Zion to Vegas, and we started to run out of gas.
Oh my god.
Yeah, and I'm like,
So are you in desert, like hardcore desert there?
yeah,
Okay.
for sure. There's definitely long stretches, and we're hitting one of those long stretches when I had a Toyota Tacoma
Okay.
truck we rented, which was sweet because it was like we fit right in with everyone at fucking, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I was like,
You're like, we're not Trump lovers at all.
Yeah, I was like, no, which is weird. I also thought that was weird because I'm like, I thought like Trump did some stuff for the national parks for sure, and I know that another past Republican president was the one that started the national parks. I don't know who. It was like Roosevelt or some shit. I don't know. I think Roosevelt's a Democrat, but some other Republican did some shit for national parks.
Yeah.
And it's why there's national parks in America. So I'm like, why are these? And I don't know. It just doesn't, I guess, I don't know where that liberal, you know what I mean? Where the liberalness and like, why are we out here like being like, oh, we gotta, I don't know, say 10 BLM chants before we enter the park. Like, I'm like, what's going on here? Like, I just want to walk around in the fucking wilderness. I don't get where that comes into the play because these people are kind of minimalist and living off the land. I don't know.
It doesn't really align with the modern left, that's for sure.
I don't know. It's just a weird thing. Like, it seems like you'd be more into, but they're not. They're probably like not 2A and stuff like that, like having guns, but you'd think that those type of people would be because they're all about living off the land and shit like that, and you'd want to learn how to hunt, and part of hunting is owning a gun, and
Right.
I don't know, but they're not, those people aren't really like that. They're like, I want to wear brand new Patagonia.
Exactly.
and
What is this Patagonia you keep bringing up?
It's like,
What is that?
it's like fucking,
Like Gucci of hiking?
yeah. It's just
Is
like
it?
some nice ass hiking gear.
Okay.
You know, it's REI shit. Like, everyone's got like
Yeah.
the top notch REI stuff.
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong. I was like flexing out there. I was like trying to look like them. I was trying to look like them. I was like, I'm here with the granola bars and Cliff bars and I drink kombucha, I was like, I fuck with kombucha. There's like Utah's got the weirdest beer laws and shit
So
like
you
that.
didn't really get in touch with your nature self. You got in touch with your liberal self while you're out there.
Yeah, that's why I was scared of the Trump flag.
Yeah.
That's why I
got all weird. It
I was like,
makes
get
sense
that
now."
thing out of here, bro. What the fuck is that? I was
Get
like,
out of here, you racist.
yeah, what the hell? No, I
Want
don't.
some granola?
Yeah, I got some- my Patagonia socks on, but
It sounds douchey.
yeah, it's really good.
I hate how you say it. I
Patagonia.
don't know if that's how everyone says it. I just
Is that how you say it?
Patagonia, yeah.
Patagonia,
I
right?
think so.
No, but it was cool. I don't know. All in all, it was really sweet. I did like find some crazy connections to Zion Park and some wild stuff that Enzo would be all about, but
Okay.
we don't need to talk about it out here. We're trying to keep this, going. We're only 3 episodes deep on YouTube. We gotta, tread lightly right now.
Yeah.
That's not a Trump flag.
All right, so that's your pop culture, huh?
I don't know. I watched some cool movies too.
Did you?
Yeah, I watched.
What, on the planes or?
No, in the hotel. They had a DVD player.
Ooh.
And like you
Relic
could rent
of the past.
Yeah, you could rent movies from the lobby.
Oh, you could.
Wow.
Yeah, which was cool. So we
Okay.
rented The Eye with what's that chick's name? She was big for a second. What the fuck's her name? Not Jessica Biel.
Jennifer Lawrence.
No. Let me look it up real quick. But it's a horror movie.
Oh, isn't it Jessica Biel?
No, it's not Jessica Biel.
Jessica Alba.
Jessica Alba, maybe.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Jessica Alba. It's actually a really it sucks. Like all in all.
Oh, that's where she's like blind, right?
Yeah, she's blind, but it's a cool ass concept. Like she gets donor eyes, and the donor eyes are like haunted. So it was kind of scary in some scenes, like because they used like real cool blur effects to like show the shadowy creatures or whatever, the hauntings in the thing. But all in all, it's like a cheesy horror movie. We watched that, which was sweet, and then we also watched Jeepers Creepers.
Okay.
Have you ever seen Jeepers Creepers, Derek?
When I was a kid, I feel like.
Yeah, it has Justin Long in it, and I forgot the other
my
chick,
God.
but
Now I'm not even sure if I have seen it.
it holds up.
Yeah, it's a good movie.
It does hold up. It's really stupid too. Like it has its stupid parts, but that one definitely holds up way more than The Eye. But yeah, that's my pop culture. Yeah,
So you guys were keeping it horror.
yeah, it's that
Yeah.
time.
It's that
of
time.
year.
That's what we're doing.
Yeah, what you been fucking with?
So I tried out Seinfeld.
Horror. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, keeping it horror, right?
I tried out Seinfeld because they just added Seinfeld to Netflix.
You can't sleep now.
He says that's
Scary.
oh shit. Oh, just the premise of Seinfeld. Why? Never mind. There's something there. Oh, terrifying.
Yeah. But so they just added it to Netflix, and it's always been like one of those things where I always hear people talk about Seinfeld, and I don't know. I was always a Friends person coming up, and I even took a poll at my work one time just for shits and giggles because people were like, "Oh, Seinfeld's so much better than Friends," and like it's like, no way, people don't like Seinfeld more than Friends, like, and like everybody at my work was like Seinfeld. So I was like, what the fuck? So I've never watched it. And so I put it on and I watched like 6 episodes and I don't know. I'm not vibing it.
You didn't like it?
I'm not vibing it. No. It's
No.
just like,
You Seinfeld?
I feel like if I had to pick between Seinfeld and Friends, I would pick Seinfeld probably.
see,
You
it's
pick
weird.
Seinfeld?
That's what everybody
yeah.
says, dude.
I didn't watch either of them, so
Friends is
I hated Friends.
yeah, it's just too gimmicky for me.
I thought so too. But everyone
You've watched like 4 episodes, Jim.
Dude, my sister, you, Dan, I've probably seen them all, to be honest, because everybody fucked with Friends.
Yeah.
Like everybody, it was The Office before The Office was a thing. So everybody would reference Friends around me. So it was like, I didn't watch it. So that's probably part of the reason I didn't fuck with it, because I was like, I don't get any of this stuff. Oh, Joey's. Oh, I was like, I don't get it.
What's funny is they have. You ever noticed on Friends their refrigerator has like a DVS sticker on it, and like
No.
they have like a bunch of a Maddox sticker, like Maddox clothing.
A bunch of
Remember them?
skate stuff?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's because they skate, bro.
New York?
They just
Where's
don't
the
show it.
videos?
Yeah.
don't show
I want to see the clips, bro. You got to show me the clips.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's because maybe the first season isn't as good. I don't know.
Oh,
They have, like,
Seinfeld. How many seasons are there?
A
There's
lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a shit ton.
The
But
first season of anything is kind of questionable usually.
Yeah.
did you fuck with Curb?
No.
Okay, Curb's cool.
Yeah, I
Curb
started
will
watching
make you
that.
appreciate Seinfeld more too, because it's Larry David.
He wrote it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Do you fuck with Curb?
I've only watched a little bit of it, but I like that type of humor.
Yeah, and that show's cool in the aspect that it's all improv. So like they bring the people in.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah, the whole thing's like improv. They don't like they have a premise,
Okay.
and none of the actors know what the premise is.
No shit.
So
Are you a Arrested Development fan?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I love Arrested Development.
yeah, I'm new to that. I just started that.
Really?
Yeah.
How far are you?
Probably almost done with the second season.
Okay.
You still loving it?
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah.
It's so good.
It's awesome.
It's so good. Like I don't. How many
Are
seasons
you-
was that? 5?
I only consider it 3.
Yeah, because they remade it after that, and it's just
It's not the same.
it's goofy.
No.
yeah, it just doesn't vibe the same.
Yeah, it's good though. Now I mean, it's
They tried, and I give them effort for trying, and it's watchable, but it's just
Yeah.
not,
it
just
was
doesn't
it was
vibe.
cool because Jake actually kind of gave me a little bit like Easter eggs to look for and stuff like with
Tobias.
Tobias and with
He's like the best character in the whole thing. I
what's
think.
the guy? What's the younger son
Oh,
who loses his hand?
Oh, Buster.
Yeah. So like in the first few episodes, there's all these little things where he almost loses his hand. So it's like foreshadowing the fact that he's
Right.
gonna end up losing. And then I like when he ends up losing his hand, and it's just like it's not even that big of a deal. Like it's just
He doesn't do anything anyway.
Yeah, it's not even like it's a big deal, but
Like his chair is a hand.
yeah,
in his room.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
You
yeah.
know?
There's a bunch of cool shit.
He gets
yeah.
obsessed with like the claw machine.
Yep.
Damn.
You know? Yeah.
Yeah.
Holy shit. Yeah.
So it's cool watching it, knowing that too. But
How about the Tobias stuff though? Like,
Have you
So-
gotten to where he starts taking like the experimental hair regrowth drug? or
No.
no, that's
Okay,
season
that's-
3. Yeah.
no. But spit the thing about Tobias though, real quick.
Okay, so Tobias, like they were gonna go, and they work it through the first season, and I think that a little bit into the second season, they were gonna have his whole backstory was that he is a black man.
Oh shit.
Okay,
Okay.
and so that was gonna tie into him being gay and a black man that has that skin disease.
Vitiligo.
Yeah, so you'll notice him making these remarks when they're talking about like a black character or something like that. He'll be like, "That's how I feel," or something like
Oh
that.
my god.
And he has a book. He wrote a book, "The Man Inside Me,"
Yeah.
right? And in the cover of the book, it's like a white silhouette of a person, and then behind him is a black silhouette of a person.
Right.
But then that blows up in the gay community. But that was going to be like the joke was that like he actually is a black man.
right here.
Yeah.
The man
Oh
inside
my
me.
god.
So
and then
it's
they
like,
kind of dropped it.
it's like a double entendre in the
Yeah.
fact that it's like it's also a black man and like the man
gay
inside
man,
me.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my
So
god.
That's genius.
it is fucking
hilarious.
genius. Yeah, it really is.
And Carl Weathers trains him in acting.
Yeah, so I didn't hate Seinfeld.
You
but
just
I
didn't
just like
get it.
I'm just not like waiting to put it back on.
The whole thing is it's like a show about nothing. That's the whole premise.
Oh really?
Is it's a show about nothing. So like that's like what they the tag that they had about it. That people have always said about Seinfeld. It's like the best show about nothing because it really doesn't have a point. There's never really a point.
Okay.
But I like Seinfeld but I never watched it. Like I only seen it after I've seen Curb, and then I went back and watched a few episodes here and there, and it made me like Seinfeld more.
Yeah.
Because I felt like I knew Larry David a little more.
I think I don't like
Yeah.
Jerry Seinfeld.
He's probably my least favorite character in the whole show, to be honest.
Yeah, I just think I don't think I've ever liked
Yeah.
Jerry Seinfeld.
Yeah, you like Kramer, huh?
The guy that slides in.
Kramer's the
The guy that slides in.
Yeah.
Kramer's a
Not-
wild.
Yeah, I
guy.
like him.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, he's cool.
yeah. He had a little controversy.
Oh yeah, that's
Oh, yeah.
him, right?
What was that?
Oh
I
yeah.
forgot.
He was at
Oh yeah. that was
he's a
bad.
stand-up, I'm pretty sure, and he was doing stand-up at an all-black club, and
Well, it was just a comedy club, I think.
no, I think it was a black room.
Was it?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was. But well, whatever. In comedy, they have like that's what they'll call them. Like they'll be like black rooms where there's mostly
Is that what
black
he calls
people.
them, Joe?
No, I don't think so. It's a common thing. Like when I because I follow like a shit ton of comedians, and they always are like, I do good in black rooms, and so I guess that's a thing. But I'm pretty sure he was in a black room, and I don't know what exactly happened, but he just started dropping
Someone
like
was talking or
someone
heckling.
it was heckling and talking during it,
and he's like, "Look," and he like
he
calls
just
him the
starts-
N-word. He's like, "That's an N-word."
Yeah,
know?
he's like screaming it.
Oh,
It's
shit.
wild. Yeah, you gotta
Is
check.
this recently?
Yeah, you can find it.
It's
The audio's not. That was like 2006.
yeah.
Okay.
Some shit like that.
That's so crazy.
Yeah, he'd be fucked now.
Oh my
he'd be real
God.
fucked. I mean, he got fucked then too, but
Yeah.
no. But I don't know why. He is the best character. He is one of the best characters. People really like George.
Yeah.
George is supposed to be Larry David.
Okay.
So Larry David's the character George is based off Larry David.
Okay.
So I'm almost positive.
Does he like manage Seinfeld or something in the show?
Who, Larry David?
No, George.
No.
No.
Okay.
He's just like his best friend.
Oh, okay. I thought maybe he was
Best
like his
unemployed
manager.
friend.
Yeah, I don't know. See, I don't even know there isn't much of a plot.
Yeah, there's really not.
Yeah, that's the whole point of it. It was just, and I like Jerry Seinfeld as a comedian. Like, I think he's definitely like a different kind of comedian, but he's like a joke comedian. He like writes a lot of jokes.
Yeah.
Like he doesn't
Yeah.
tell stories, or like he's not like very like a thinker. He's more of just funny jokes.
Yeah.
That's why he's well respected in the comedy world too.
Yeah.
But-
I'm gonna stick to Friends, but
Yeah.
yeah.
You're not gonna continue watching Seinfeld?
I don't know. Probably not. Maybe
No.
if I like get a vacation or something, I'll pop it on.
Yeah, or get COVID or something.
Yeah.
That'd be sweet.
I watched the Power Ranger movie.
Secret of the Ooze.
Were you into Power Rangers at all?
I didn't get super into it, but I watched it a lot when I was a
Okay.
kid.
How old are you?
I'm 30 now.
30.
Yeah.
Okay. So you had like the later Power Rangers, more like
He had like Turbo
Power Ranger.
Yeah.
cars and like the little kid. That
Yeah.
turns into
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
So
I remember the old one though, where it was just like the colored people fighting.
It's people
Yeah,
of
we're talking.
color.
Hey, we're talking to
people
people,
of
people of
color,
color, bro.
The Zionists. I'm sorry.
Oh shit!
Yeah,
Canceled.
We're gonna edit that out. So I watched the Power Rangers movie, the original one. I put it on for my kids. A little bit.
No,
for
you
my
put it
son.
on for you.
I'm like, watch this damn movie.
Do you remember when we saw that?
when we saw it?
Yeah, we saw it together.
Did we?
Yeah, we saw it at Lakeside. Remember the movie theater at Lakeside?
Don't remember a
Whoa.
movie theater at Lakeside.
Do you remember the movie theater at Lakeside?
I
There's
don't
no
think
movie
so.
theater at Lakeside, bro.
Inside the mall?
100%. Yeah.
There's an
think I'd-
arcade.
Yes, and we went to the arcade after.
No.
Yeah.
Something bad happened then. I'm repressing this.
You are. You're usually better at this than I am,
Yeah.
to be honest.
Yeah.
I had years of heavy drinking. Years.
Dude, are you sure you're not thinking of the AMC?
No, there was a movie theater inside Lakeside.
What was the brand of the movie theater? Do you remember?
It's before like the big brand movie
Okay.
theater, so it was like something
I feel like
independent.
I vaguely remember that.
I could find
I
it.
feel like
maybe.
you're making this up, Jim. You're something bad happened to you, and you made up this memory, like to make you feel better.
we had fun at the movie
yeah,
theater that
yeah.
day.
We went to the arcade. I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure the arcade.
And then
was
we went
closed
back to my
before that.
house, and my dad. Remember my dad?
We went to
played
my
Dark
grandpa's
Man?
house. We went to my grandpa's house. We went into the cave with the yellow couch.
Dude, that's for real. All right.
Are you gonna find it, Jim? You gonna find it on here?
Probably not.
Where was it at?
It was, I don't know, by one of the entrances. This might be hard as fuck to find.
Okay. But anyways, so we saw that in theaters.
Let me see. Oh, all right, right here. This was the movie. It was an AMC. So
Leave it to Reddit.
the movie theater existed with 4 screens. And I'm pretty sure the AMC 30 was the one that that opened up after it. So they moved it to AMC Forum 30.
No, dude. AMC. You're thinking the
Oh, no.
AMC across.
No, it's not that one. No, it's not.
You're thinking
I
that.
know which one you're talking about. No, it's not that. It was a movie
Okay.
theater inside Lakeside Mall.
Okay. I don't believe you, but
Look
look
at. So I heard that Lakeside Mall had a movie theater with 4 screens
they
that
heard.
ran from 1976 to 1997. Is this a Mandela effect thing?
Yeah, bro.
I grew up in Sterling Heights in the late 80s, early 2000s.
Jeepers. Oh man.
Yeah,
Jeepers
look
is
at.
the shit.
No, they're wrong here. These motherfuckers are wrong. But there was, dude. I'll fucking call my dad right now.
Okay.
But all right, go on. Tell us more about fucking whatever it was. Tell us about.
So yeah, it brought back.
Tell us about when my dad took us into that room.
It brought back memories of going to the mall and seeing it. But no, it's a really shitty movie, dude.
Is it?
Yeah.
I remember loving it.
Yeah. No, when
Like,
when
later,
we were
though.
young, it was
no,
like
later.
So
I
you
remember
guys were
watching it.
kids?
Yes.
yeah.
Okay.
What year did that come out?
That was like 96.
Right before the movie theater closed in '97.
Whoa.
Yeah. Okay. But yeah, like watching it, I was like, man, this movie kind of sucks for like Power Rangers. First off, like they're only in their Power Rangers outfits for like 5 minutes.
Yes.
They give them these like cool Power Ranger outfits.
95.
95.
Yeah.
And they're only in them for like 5 minutes of the movie. And then they're just out of their suits the whole time. And then
Really?
they get put into like these like ninja suits
Yes.
that just aren't cool.
No.
And it's just, I don't know, it's just really stupid. Like it feels like whoever made it didn't care about Power Rangers.
I'm kind of
like-
pissed at you right now for saying this.
Like
This movie was
I'm telling you, man, it upset me because I'm like, damn, dude, like, did this person like not watch Power Rangers? Like, how do we not notice this when we were?
well, don't you remember the movie transitioned into the show.
No, the movie didn't transition to the show.
I thought
That's
it
the
did.
part. Like, it did with like
Tommy?
the ninja. No, Tommy was already there.
The White Ranger though.
Yeah, that's another thing about it. It doesn't. It's like disconnected from the show. Like even okay,
See,
I'm
I
gonna
don't
get
know.
I'm gonna get nerd on
I
you.
remember it
I'm
way
gonna get
different.
nerd on you, dude. Like Tommy's the White Ranger at that point, right?
Yeah.
And in the show, he says Tiger Zord, right? When he morphs,
Yeah. No, I
it's
don't
like
know.
morph type, Tiger Zord, right? And this he says White Tiger. Like it's just like disconnected from the show completely, and that's like what's like kind of stupid about it.
I remember it like flowing into the show. Like I remember the show changing after the movie came out
It did.
to acclimate to the movie.
No.
You sure?
Yeah.
All right.
Look up Power Rangers. Type in Power Rangers. Like there might have been Ninja Rangers or something for a second.
What do you want me to look up for this though?
Power right here. So just type in order. Ninja Storm maybe. Power Rangers break.
Let's see.
That's the
That's
OG.
the OG. Yeah,
Yeah.
Are you bringing this up on the screen
I can.
so that people can see us talk about
Power Rangers.
Power Rangers? Okay, so there we go. Okay. So that's the OG. That's the Alien Rangers. That was stupid.
I don't remember them.
I remember it.
And then it goes
the
to
toys.
Zeo.
Zeo sucked.
Yeah, but Zeo was so in between the OG and the and Zeo was the movie.
What the hell is this one?
See, there was
This
never
is probably your Power Rangers.
there was
right here.
there was no
You're like, those are my guys.
there's
What's
no
going on
Ninja
here?
Rangers.
Oh,
Yeah. See, it doesn't transition.
this was it right here. The
No, it's not. Those are aliens, bro. That was like when the Power Rangers got like
Oh yeah.
taken off planet or something,
So-
and some aliens took their place.
So you don't think that the first series, it didn't change after the movie?
No, I think that ended. I think it went into
I don't know, man. I remember this differently though.
yeah.
But
You're also talking crazy about some some movie theater.
Dude, I'm seriously about to call my fucking dad. Figure this out.
Well, anyways,
I'm not afraid to ruin this podcast. This is my podcast.
It's a disappointing rewatch.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you see this guy? That's my guy right here. Oh shit. Yeah. You been watching any movies or anything for like Halloween? You guys fuck with movies at all at the house?
I'm not a big movie person, to be honest.
No?
Yeah. I
Just been watching fucking Europa.
yeah, that's all I can think about.
You're like, who produced this Power Rangers movie?
What's the last name?
What's the last name? You don't fuck with like horror movies though?
I just don't look into them too much, to be honest. Like, I don't seek movies out a whole lot.
What's like your
You got
biggest
some
form of like, you know, mindless entertainment?
One of my favorites is It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Okay, so you're like a series
So you're like a
watcher.
show guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I got you.
I mean, we're all turning into
Always
show
Sunny
people.
is great though. I don't like it after like season
7 or 8. Yeah.
maybe 5 for me.
Okay.
It starts getting too polished, like
Yeah.
too produced.
Uh-huh.
If that makes sense. Like the rawness starts leaving it
Yep.
after a certain season.
I've only
I don't know which
seen
one, but,
Sunny in bits as well. Like I've watched
It's so good.
like
but yeah,
random.
it's so good.
Oh, the first seasons, like the second season, I like better than the first season.
Yeah.
but
Yeah, because Danny DeVito comes in and
Yeah.
just makes the whole thing.
for sure. Charlie Day and not Glenn, but the other guy he was on Whiskey Ginger, the dude from Dave's podcast.
Glenn Howerton.
Not Glenn Howerton, the other guy.
What's his name?
He-
The guy that plays Mac.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Mac.
Okay. He's
So-
the creator.
Yeah.
Charlie Day, I think.
No, it's Mac.
But Charlie Day ends up getting all
Mick
executive producing.
I don't know his first name,
What's
but
his
his last
fucking
name
name?
is Mick
No,
Elheny.
Mac's the mastermind behind all of it.
See, that's not how they talked about it.
Yeah,
Like they
he's-
like Mac was like Charlie is the mastermind. Like when they
He's
were
fucking around.
You
Really?
think so?
Yeah,
I don't know.
No, Mac is like the mastermind.
He's the one that produces it.
100%.
No, Charlie Day produces it.
Isn't he? Really?
Yeah. Charlie Day, is that his name?
Yeah.
Charlie Day. Yeah, he I don't want to get that off here. Talk about that later. Is this still on the screen? Probably. We're probably fucking this up. But
He gained like 40 pounds just because he thought it was funny how characters do that, like gain weight and shit. Like there's like no reason for him to like gain that much weight. He just wanted to do it.
see, that's weird because the whole podcast that I watched because it was Andrew Santino's podcast, Whiskey Ginger. It was with Charlie Day and Mac. We're not gonna find out his name ever, but he made it sound like Charlie was the creative genius of it all.
He's probably being like
Modest?
humble or something like that, or like, you know.
But they start talking about like how
Rob McElhenney. That's his name.
Yeah, there it is.
yeah,
Rob.
that is it.
And he is. I'm pretty sure
He's
they
married to
list
D.
him as an executive producer.
He might
on
be.
there.
I
I'm
swear
pretty
I
sure it
looked
says
into
created by him.
Okay.
If
yeah.
you look in the
They met on an airplane going to shoot a pilot together.
Yeah, they're all actors.
Yeah.
They're all actors that were like failing
Yeah,
in Hollywood.
yeah. And him and Charlie were going out for the same pilot,
Okay.
and they're on a plane. They met,
Yeah.
and Mac was like, "Oh, I'm not gonna get this role because this guy's."
Yeah. You can watch like their pitch that they filmed.
Oh, the original.
Like
pilot.
the
I've seen it.
original pitch. It's not even like the pilot. It's like what they pitched to the studios. And it's the one where Charlie gets cancer.
Yeah.
It's and like Dennis. I think they use their real names in it instead of
pretty
like
sure,
Mac
yeah.
and of course Charlie's Charlie, but yeah, it's a little bit it vibes different, but you could see it's there.
Yeah.
And they started filming it in LA, and then they were like the show was supposed to be about 3 actors that were failing.
Oh yeah, Rob. How do you say his last name?
McElhenney.
McElhenney.
That's why he doesn't get any credit. Yeah, just turn that to Rob Smith.
M.
He would have got. Or he,
It's
Never
Mac.
mind. I had a joke there, but I'm not gonna say it. Yeah,
Created by him and
Yeah.
developed with Glenn Howard.
Glenn Howard. Yeah, see,
Howard
they
Kane.
made it sound like because they were talking about like the pay grade. They were like, at any point, did someone start making more than someone else? And they're like, yeah, and it was obvious that it was Charlie that started making more
Because
I
he
can
started
s-
going off on other things.
movies and
I can
stuff.
see that,
Yeah.
yeah.
So that was how they.
But they could be fucking around with that too, honestly.
yeah, they
Like
could.
that's kind of how they are. Like that's especially Rob. Like yeah, I really wouldn't trust him with it. Anything
you
he
think,
says. Like he's like
always trolling.
yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a great show.
he's
though.
like that kind of person.
And they had to bring Danny DeVito in second season because they weren't gonna do another season unless they got a name.
Yeah.
Got
Well,
a
he
big
was supposed to be
name.
a guest. He was only supposed to be in a few episodes
on the first season, right?
yeah, and
Yeah.
he just it just vibed so hard.
Yeah,
It vibed so hard that and like Danny DeVito fucking loved doing it.
yeah.
That he's like, yeah, I'll do this.
He's one of my. I mean,
He's
So
great,
good.
man.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just the chemistry between them all.
they're
is
all
fucking
great. Yeah, they're all married and shit too. Like everyone.
Yeah,
on
he's
that.
married to Dee.
Rob is right.
Yeah.
yeah, and then Charlie's married to the waitress,
The
on the
waitress,
show.
yeah.
So
So
crazy.
it's a great show. You guys fuck with Shameless?
Yeah, I did.
I'm
I did for a
rewatching
while.
Shameless
I don't-
right now. You've
I-
never fucked with Shameless?
No,
Get
I
on
don't even know what
Shameless,
it is.
dude.
Shit was crazy. Man.
Shameless is raw ass show.
Yeah.
Like fucking, it's like
It's got
it's a raw ass show.
what's his name in it, right?
It's got William H Macy in it.
William H Macy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's fucking brilliant in it. Basically, it's about a I guess you just call it like a poor family that lives in like a shitty neighborhood of Chicago. And like their father's an alcoholic. They don't have their mom ran out on them, you know, and he's like a huge alcoholic. And it's just about like their older sister. It's about their lives, and like their older sister is basically like their mom. And it just plays their lives out of the different characters and or different siblings and shit. And it's just really raw and
it's a Showtime show. Started out.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's on Netflix though, and I'm telling you, you watch one episode of it and you're gonna be hooked.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, it's just like
It is. Yeah. It'll hook you for
William
sure.
H Macy's fucking so fucking brutal in it.
It's
like,
a drama though.
It's how do you explain it? So it's like a drama, dark comedy esque. It's a remake of a British show
I
of the
thought
same name.
I thought it was the show.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Same with Friends, isn't it? Or I mean, The Office.
Yeah, The Office.
Yeah, The
is,
Office.
Yeah.
So the show was big in Britain, and it's funny. Like the guy that plays the dad in Britain was like an award-winning, got like a bunch of awards for his portrayal, and then like William H Macy got a bunch of awards for his portrayal.
Okay.
You know?
Have you ever seen the British version?
Yeah, I've seen it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's. I mean, it's. I obviously like the American version.
It's different
better.
humor.
It is different. And there's like characters that don't like. I don't think the sister, like Fiona, who's like the main character in the American version. I don't think she exists in that. If I'm not mistaken,
really?
I can't remember.
So it even
But-
took all the same characters in their names and shit too.
I think
Yeah.
for the most part, there's differences, but the premise is the same. It's a poor family in
Okay.
England, you know.
Yeah.
that is rowdy and like but anyways, so when they were going to make the American version, the creator of it, he said no to it because he was like, oh, they're going to make them Southern. He's like, I know they're going to make them Southern because it's going to be like a white trash family that's
Okay.
stupid in the
Yeah,
South,
yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
And he didn't want that because like that's not like I'm saying, it's like the it's like a raw show, and I know I'm not explaining why, but because it's hard to explain why, but it's like it feels real.
Like Breaking Bad grit.
No, it's like I'm saying like raw in like the sense of like it doesn't hold back on anything,
Okay.
you know, like it goes there
All right.
in the situations of like being poor and but also funny too. But anyways, so he said no to it, and they told him, they're like, no, we're gonna make it either like Detroit or Chicago.
Oh man, that would have been sick.
And that's what it was. It was between Detroit and Chicago.
And it ended up being Chi-Town?
And it ended up being Chi. And he was like, oh, okay. Because he wants the show, like, he wanted the show to show, like, you know, it doesn't matter, like, where you're from or where it's at. Like, you could be, like, people of all, it doesn't matter who you are, what color you are, or anything like that. Like, you can be poor. There's so many people that are, like, poor and getting by. Doing what it takes to get by.
Like middle class poor.
Yeah.
No, they're like
below middle class.
Yeah, they're like below middle class.
Okay.
Poor. Like they're like poor.
Not suburb poor.
No.
No.
Like shitty neighborhood poor.
Inner city poor.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, it's fucking, dude, it's so good. And like they the producer of the show, of the American version, like basically they told everybody on set, like all the crew and the actors, they're like, all right, if you are expecting or want this show to like be uplifting or have uplifting moments at any time, he's like, just fucking leave, because this ain't that show.
Okay.
He's like, this show is not going to be uplifting at all.
Oh.
And it's like, it's not. It's like, but it's, I don't know how to explain. It's such a unique show, man, in that sense that like, it's like William H. Macy plays the drunk dad, Frank, and you fucking hate him. You fucking hate him and you fucking love him at the same time. Like there's so many instances where he like does something, you're like, holy shit, dude, like, oh man, only Frank could get away with that. And then like the next moment, like he's doing something being like, dude, I hope this fucker's dead, like the next episode.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. That's a good way to put it.
I'll have to check that out,
You know,
though, for sure.
A lot of first episode, like hanging dick. There's like dick hanging.
All right, I'm
You
watching.
know?
I'm watching.
Like,
yeah, you got me.
You gotta grab
But it's
them
just like,
somehow.
so there's like like the family's like this big family, and there's different kids. Fiona's like she's like 19, and she's the big sister, and she doesn't get to have like a life because she always has to work and make sure that they're paying rent, and you know there's food on the table and getting the kids off to school, you know. And then under hers, Philip, who's Lip, he's the second oldest, and he's like a senior in high school, and he's like a genius. He's like super smart, but he always like gets in fights and shit like that. And then under him is Ian, who's he's gay and wants to be in like the military. And then under him is like Debbie, who's like this little girl. She's probably like, in the first season, she's probably like 6th grade.
Okay.
You know, 6th or 7th grade, and she's like a do-gooder, like always trying to please everybody. And then the youngest one is, well, the second youngest one is Carl. And he's like a fuck up, like stupid, like wants to set things on fire. You know what I'm saying? Like wants to hurt people. And he's in like 5th grade. And then the youngest one is Liam, who's a little black baby.
Really?
Yeah.
Which is their mom's son, or like,
No, it's Frank's.
But with who?
Yeah.
With who?
Yeah, there's a whole episode
Did they
about
ever
it.
explain
Yeah.
that?
Yeah, no, he has like a great grandma or some shit like that was like black or something like that. I don't know. They like they do they
But
get like
it's
a parental a blood test done.
Paternity
Oh my
test.
Yeah, paternity test, and everyone's like, "Wait, what? This is actually."
But it's like the family's mom's kid, though, right? Like
Yeah, their
parents.
their mom and Frank had Liam.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
what I thought. Yeah.
And even she's like, "Oh, I thought it was this bouncer I fucked." You know?
Oh my god.
You know? But yeah, super rowdy show, dude, and like they just get into craziness.
Makes you feel good about your life.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's entertaining too. Like it's very entertaining. A lot of funny parts and
Yeah.
shit like that. Like a lot of humor.
I love William H. Macy.
Oh,
That
he's
guy.
fucking
That guy rules.
he's fucking fantastic in it. Joan Cusack's in it, and she's fucking fantastic too.
What does she play?
She's Sheila. She's the girl lips banging in the first few seasons. Her mom that can't go outside.
Oh,
She's got agoraphobia.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Yeah, and her and Frank start becoming a thing because like
Oh my
Frank's like a
God.
scumbag, dude. Like Frank's like a fucking scumbag. Like he's on disability, and like won't, you know, he's like faking disability to get paychecks and shit, and like he'll put out made credit cards in all the kids' names and like maxed them all out, so like all the kids are in debt.
Oh shit.
You know what I'm saying? Like they're all like
Like, he doesn't
$7,500
give a
in
fuck.
debt. Yeah, does
No.
not give a fuck. Like does whatever he has to do to have a place to stay and like not have to work
Oh man.
and just get drunk. You know, like that's his grind.
Yeah.
Is getting by and doing whatever it takes so that he can get drunk.
He'll
Okay.
like disappear for like weeks, and the whole family
Yeah.
will like start to
Yeah.
get their shit together, and
Yeah.
then he'll come stumbling through.
Yeah,
the
he'll
front
come
door
fucking
again.
stumble in, and they're like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "This is my house, and I pay the bills around here." And they're like, "You don't pay bills."
How many seasons is it?
So here's the thing. I stopped watching it. It's a lot. It's still going.
Oh, it's still going.
Yeah, it's still
Shit.
going.
I
Like,
think
they're-
I only got through like maybe the 5th or 6th season.
Yeah, I usually stop at around the 5th or 6th season.
Pretty much for all shows. It seems
Yeah,
to
that's like
get-
that's what a show
convoluted
should
around that
be.
time.
Is like 5 seasons.
Yeah.
Is a good show, and then it starts to jump the shark.
Yeah.
Which if you don't know what that means,
No.
jump the shark means like when a show takes a turn and becomes not what it used to be. The term was actually created by a famous Happy Days episode
Oh.
where Fonzie literally jumps a shark on water skis, and everybody used to say like that was the episode that made everyone be like, all right, this show sucks now.
Really?
So that term was because of that. So show jumps the shark. That's what they're
way.
referring to.
Yeah, like The Office does it at like season.
Yeah, when Michael
6.
leaves. Yeah.
Yeah, season 7 maybe. Like it's weird too. It just gets. I wonder if they do that purposely. I wonder if there's like a reason why. Because then, like, I mean,
I feel like they
everyone says that about Sunny too. Like Sunny
Yeah.
just all of a sudden just
I don't
kind
know,
of.
Just
man.
happens. It like
I feel
it's
like they run out of content.
it's like the
or-
dude that created Breaking Bad. He said that the perfect amount of seasons for a show is 5 seasons.
Really.
Yeah.
He's right.
And
for
he
sure.
is
Yeah.
right.
I,
That
I
is-
even like one season like mini series. Like those are what I really like. True
Yeah,
Detectives.
I
And
feel
shit
you.
like that.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
You ever seen True Detectives?
Yeah.
Dude, that
Yeah.
that,
Good shit.
that
too bad that
show's-
the next 2 didn't hold up.
no,
But
no.
but that's what's cool about with Shameless. Like I said, like I usually watch up until 5 or 6, and then like I stop, and then I'll go back one day and start over again. But those first 5 or 6 seasons are like great,
Yeah,
super, yeah, very very good.
yeah.
And I guess I mean I didn't really give the other ones a try.
The ones after that.
Yeah, the last I started watching it, it was starting to get kind of woke, which is really weird because it's very anti that.
Right.
Well, it's still going.
It's-
I mean, it's season 10
Yeah.
right now, so yeah, it's fucked to see all that shit happen too.
I
Like,
know.
when-
It
when,
ruins
like,
everything.
Yeah, it's so stupid.
Look at Sunny, man. They couldn't make. I don't think they could put out a
Dude,
single season
their
or a
first
single
episode.
show.
Their first episode, they
the
couldn't
gang gets
do it.
racist.
Yeah, dude. Like their first episode. I just watched it the other day actually, and I was like, oh, "There's no fucking way they
Yeah.
could do this now."
They were like on the tail end of when that was
Yeah.
allowed.
Yeah, it's like everyone says it was like 2016 when.
It really hit.
Yeah, that's like when I don't know why it happened then. I didn't really feel it, but then again, like I don't know, like I don't know why, like maybe because I stopped watching so much shit too.
I
Like,
completely stopped watching TV and like all that stuff around that time. I think.
yeah, me too. Like at least for like shows, I've never really been a big show person. Like I don't know what it is. I usually just fall asleep and shit. So
I
but,
do that with movies.
Yeah,
I make it through about like an hour. And
Yeah.
then, I'm either over it or I fall asleep when the
that's
credits
why
start
that's
running.
why the shows work for you because you can watch an hour.
Yeah, I have
Yeah.
a short attention span. I think for things
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah. Jake stays up all night, watches movies. Forever.
Yeah,
Or shows.
I've always
for
liked
matter.
that shit.
Yeah.
Just connect with it. Look at it as art, you know.
Yeah, it is.
So.
Yeah. For sure. Brainwashing you to wanna
Some stuff.
to want to worship Satan and stuff.
Yeah.
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 That's
But
what-
speaking on like woke ruining everything, the big talk right now is how the new Superman is going to be bisexual.
dude. Is that it's fucking weird.
So it's going to be it's Superman's son,
Okay.
He brought that picture up. He just sighs. He's like, did you bring that up on the
I
screen?
will right now.
So, okay, so yeah, um, it's Superman's son, and he's going to be bi, and
And he's making out with his father.
he's making out.
No,
No, that's Superman's son.
Okay.
You're like, this is not some Pornhub shit.
You know.
Like,
Right.
stepbrother shit.
And he's going to
Stepsister.
be fighting like climate change and stuff
Oh,
like that.
Jesus
So a
Christ.
completely woke thing.
Yeah. How do you feel about that? Jake's a big Superman fan. Big time
Are you?
Superman fan.
Okay, so how I feel about it is I'm glad that it's not Clark Kent. Like it's not Superman.
Right.
They're not taking Superman and being like he's gay now.
Yeah. Which, yeah.
Like thank God. Like I
Right.
bet you they tried. I bet you
Right.
they really did. And
Right.
someone was just like, listen, behind the scenes with all this shit, like I get what's going on, but like we can't do that shit. Like, we just can't do that. Like I bet they tried though.
Yeah.
So there's that, but I don't know. It's just like I have a problem with gayness being a personality trait.
Right.
Like I have a problem with that.
Because I don't
Like,
think
it-
Superman's sexuality was really even talked about. Well, I guess he.
well, he had a relationship with
girlfriend,
Lois
yeah.
Lane and
Yeah.
stuff, but like,
He gave him that Man of Steel.
but like really, no, like true comic fans like really give a fuck about that.
Right.
Like we care more about the relationship between like him and his mom and dad and shit like
Things
that.
that
You know
are
what I'm saying?
central to the story.
Yeah, like no
Yeah.
one really gave a fuck that he's in love with Lois Lane. Like no comic book fan really gave a fuck.
Right.
But I'm just saying, like in general, in life, I hate gayness being used as like a personality trait. Like a person's identity.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's like why it's that's what I hate about it. It's just like so annoying. Like I don't give a fuck that you're gay at all. If like that's like all if that's like who you are, like your sexuality is like who you are, it's like I don't care. I don't care.
Yeah, exactly.
And it would
It's
be the
kind
same.
of a cop out.
It is. It'd be like the same thing. Like I wouldn't like a dude that came up to me and was like, "Yeah, man, I banged so many chicks last night.
Exactly.
Like, dude, I get so much pussy. I bang girls all the time." Like I'd be like, "You're annoying.
Yeah.
Like get away from me.
It's
I don't care about that."
they're trying to replace substance with
Yeah.
these things.
Yeah.
that,
It's like that's all. So now that's all this Superman's going to be like. That's all he is now.
Yeah, it's gonna revolve
He's bi.
around that.
Yeah, he's bisexual, and it's like, so I think that's kind of stupid. Like why couldn't they just subtly put it in there?
Right.
Like, oh, he just kicked this dude's ass, and then like the last panel it shows him like, holding hands with his
maybe
lover.
they do though. Maybe they do, and maybe it was just I don't know because the story hasn't been released, right? Or has it
That's
been?
true.
So
Maybe they do. But here's another thing, though. I was thinking, like, I think it would have been a good idea if they would kind of make a whole section for LGBTQ, whatever it is.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like-
they suddenly added a lot of
Yeah.
letters to that.
like this, if this was like directly aimed for that audience.
but
You know what I'm
maybe
saying?
yeah, but maybe
Like
the
have a little
point-
flag on it and it says, "Oh, this is the gay comics."
Yeah. Turn this off if you don't like them. I mean, that's where it's like I don't know.
It's
like
hard. It's hard to
yeah, okay.
say anything.
So
for certain.
initially, it's cringe the fact that they're doing it because it's being like brought to the attention like this. Like it's like, oh, Superman's gay now,
Yeah.
which is like the whole headlines are, and they show the picture of them kissing.
Yeah.
But maybe it's like a subtle.
It could be. But here's the problem though, is that even if it is like it feels too forced now. Okay? It's forced. And like if this would have came out in like 1998, right? And
but
in 1998, like they had a whole series come out about Superman's son and he's bisexual, like I think that'd be a lot cooler But now in like today's society, it's being
Yeah.
shoved in our face so
Right.
much that you could just, it's just another form of that.
It's just a
another
lack of
push.
It's a lack of originality, is what it is, because everybody's jumping on the same train right now, and they're all forcing this into their stories,
Yeah.
and it doesn't
Yeah,
fit in a lot
it's
of places.
forced. It feels forced.
Yeah.
No, it does. It does. But
So it
the
doesn't
same,
feel
with
genuine.
the same
like-
idea of it being done in 98, like some would argue the point of that is that, like, they couldn't do it in 98. Like, they couldn't do it because they wouldn't allow that to happen.
Yeah,
So
they could.
now,
Yeah, they could.
well, I mean, like, it was a big deal when, like, Ellen came out then. You know what I mean? It was like her show actually got canceled.
Okay, 2004.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I know
I'm
what
saying
you mean. Yeah.
pretty much anywhere before 2016.
Yeah, because now it does feel forced,
Yeah.
and it seems cringy, but at the same time, I don't know. I kind of, I'm like, well, maybe it's not as bad as it's being like made out to be.
Yeah, I mean, I really don't care. Like it exists at all.
Exactly.
Like I don't give a fuck. Like, but here's what I'm gonna be pissed about. Okay, I'm gonna be pissed about if the next like cinematic version is the gay Superman. Okay, and I'll be pissed about it only if the numbers don't match. Okay, like if this comic comes out and it does fucking gangbusters, right? Awesome. Then yeah, let's make a fucking movie. Like go ahead and make that movie. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But if this comic comes out and it doesn't sell and they like fucking still make the movie, which I think they would do,
Yeah.
that's when
Especially
it's gonna
right
be
now.
like
They don't seem to care about ratings anymore. It's just about
Go woke. But
like,
then they
pushing
say,
Yeah.
a narrative.
Yeah.
Yeah.
they say go woke, go broke though too. So we'll see
Yeah.
if it
so
if
I
it holds.
and I don't
mean,
know how comics are doing these days in general. So like I don't know. I can't say if this is like a good move or not because like I don't know who's reading comics. Like I don't know if because like I don't know if this is gonna appeal to
people like that are reading comics. I'm sure
people
you
like
know.
who.
His boyfriend. I'm sure, like some younger. Pink
That's what I'm saying.
hair,
I don't know
like-
how it's going. Like I don't know how because I mean last time I was like really into comics weren't doing very well.
Yeah,
Like comic stores are closing down and shit because they're not selling and or they're people are watching or getting them digitally and shit like that.
well, it's all print,
But-
yeah, all print's like going.
But
out.
yeah, but not even that. Just like the MCU and everything like that, cinematic universe is
Mhm.
coming out. Like people just aren't really buying comics as much. So I could be wrong about that now. I think that could have been picked back up.
Yeah, I don't know. I have mixed feelings on this. Initially, I definitely thought I was just like, well, I think really what the big point, what the cringe point is that it's being highlighted at such a, this is, the Guardian or something. Like this is, you can find the same article on Washington Post, and it's like, well, just let it happen. Like,
Yeah.
don't be like, Superman's son's now gay. Like,
Yeah, like,
it
it's-
seems like
It's
that
shitty of the
is-
writer because like the writer who decided to do this is like he like quoted saying like he's like oh the person that takes over Superman like I just don't think it should be another white savior,
Okay.
white straight savior. And it's like, okay, so you just now like the only reason your comic's going to sell is because you fucking made him this.
And to be real, how do we really know that Superman didn't fuck around with because fuck around with some guys and shit too. Maybe in Krypton
Because
they
he
did-
loved
maybe-
Lois Lane and he's a fucking
Well,
loyal ass dude.
he
bro.
loved Lois Lane, but
What are
I'm
you trying to
talking
get at right
before,
now, bro?
Before Lois Lane,
I think you
don't-
need to watch your mouth over
you don't.
there.
Maybe kryptonite is just a metaphor.
You
Yeah.
know? No, it's Superman's character, bro. All right,
Maybe he was, maybe
for God and country.
maybe he had some.
All right, and Lois Lane.
But what country? Back in
No,
Krypton.
he wouldn't lie
They're-
about it.
they're
He
all-
wouldn't lie about it.
No,
No,
you don't think so?
I know so.
I think he was sucking some dick.
He wouldn't lie. He couldn't lie about it.
Superman can't tell a lie.
He's just a good. He's a good.
So
he's
if
a
he's
good
so
human
what you're
being,
saying,
bro.
So what you're saying is if he was out there, maybe in Krypton they just got different standards.
He's not
Yeah.
from Krypton, bro. He's American.
Yeah, he is American.
That's what his struggle is.
Yeah,
That he's American, yet he's got to be this thing that he's,
I'm pretty sure he was gay.
he's got to be this thing. Oh shit, he's a whole metaphor for being gay, isn't he?
It's been leading up to this
Yeah.
point since.
No, I don't care. Like I don't care that it's going down. I just think it's
It's just when
it's
I
a joke
see it,
for the writer. Like,
Yeah.
all right, that's your claim to fame now, bro. Is you made a Superman gay.
Yeah.
The thing
Like,
for me
ooh.
is like
Good job.
when I see it everywhere all at once, forced into storylines.
Oh yeah, dude. It's so
It's like
it's so overwhelming.
just be original.
It's so overwhelming. It's like I made
Yeah.
a joke. Okay, it's like they're bringing back that 70s show, but they're doing that 90s show.
Yeah, I've heard about.
Okay, and it's supposed to be.
gonna
Did
be
we lose a
terrible.
camera?
Yeah, it's all right. Keep going.
Okay, so they're bringing back that 90s show, and it's supposed to be about Eric and Donna's kid, who's a teenager moving in with Red and Kitty,
Oh shit.
right? While Eric and Donna are off somewhere else.
Okay.
So she's living with them. And I just made a joke. I don't know if it's just girl or boy, actually, but I'm pretty sure it's a girl. But I just made a joke to like my girlfriend. I was like, yeah, she's either gonna be gay or black. You know, it's like, would you be surprised if she was? You know,
Not at all.
no. It just feels like what it always is now. It's like it's always like, oh, they're either gay or a person of color, and I don't know,
Yeah, it's like
forced.
it feels like it feels a bit like affirmative action.
It's like Jim was talking about last episode. They remade Wonder Years.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, but it's a black family.
Okay.
You know, like instead of just creating a whole new show.
That's what I don't like is they're reinventing everything in this new scope when they should just be coming up with original ideas that
Yes.
fit these things that they're trying to do, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, it just leaves a weird taste in my mouth.
Did you fix it, Jim?
Maybe.
Okay.
We'll see. For some reason, your camera keeps shutting off, but
Yeah.
I don't know why.
It's not made for this, bro.
No, it's
No,
not.
it's not made for this.
But it's never shut off before. And I don't know
well, it
why
has
it's
the last
doing.
3 episodes, I think.
But I think we switched something in the settings. It's
Oh,
not
okay.
important. I'll be fine with it. But I don't know what you guys are talking about. The Wonder
We're just
Years.
talking about everything going woke.
When it's forced. Yeah, it's fucking. It seems cringe. It's like and when like it seems like they're just like if you watch like all the new shows, there's always like, oh, there's you
Yeah.
know you gotta have this. You gotta have mixed biracial couple. You gotta have.
It's like this, and I don't want to talk too much about it because I want to wait till we get Lalama back on. Because I know he's gonna want to talk about it. But I watched the Sopranos movie,
Yeah, that's what you're saying.
and I'm not the only one that feels like this, and it's fucking great, and it's weird too. It's basically it's supposed to be about young Tony. Were you into Sopranos at all? Did you
I
fuck with
watched a little
Sopranos?
bit of it. It's a
Okay.
good show. I haven't watched the whole
Yeah,
thing.
great
though.
show. One of the best series finales, in my opinion, out there. But they made a movie about young Tony Soprano about how he's supposed to become like it's supposed to be young Tony Soprano and why he is the way he is, and
Okay.
it's supposed to be about one of the his nephew on the show, who's Christopher. It's supposed to be about his dad, who was never in the show but was talked about, and like his dad is the one that kind of raised Tony and inspired Tony to become who Tony Soprano is.
Okay.
He's supposed to be like this OG like hard ass fucking mafia dude.
Mm-hmm.
They like showed Tony the ropes. And this movie, that's what this movie is supposed to be about, and it just wasn't. It wasn't. It was like this fucking it was more about like BLM, like Black Lives Matter
How
type
did
shit.
they do that?
Because like it takes place in like the 70s, like late 60s, 70s in New York, and there was like some type of race riots that happened then.
Yeah.
And I don't know, they have like this whole character in there. They have this whole black character in there that they focus on. He gets more screen time than any of the Sopranos. Anybody that has the last name Soprano in
So
there,
weird,
man.
man.
And it's just like his character is just so pointless and so forced in that it's like infuriating. It's like why like they're trying to make it like his character be kind of like fucking American gangster,
Okay.
you know, and it just doesn't work. Like his that movie could be done without his character. Like he does nothing for the movie
Or
at
that
all.
could be a whole movie in itself.
Yeah, exactly. But like, and it's like, but if I wanted to watch that, if I wanted to watch a movie about like a black gangster like coming to power and
Then
shit,
don't name it Sopranos.
I watch American Gangster. I watch American Gangster, and it's a hard ass
That was a
fucking
good
movie, dude.
Yeah, that was
It's a
really
hard ass fucking movie, and I love that movie. All right, but that's not what I'm trying to watch. I'm trying to watch about Tony fucking Soprano. I want to see the Sopranos and like the people that he grew up around that fucked him up.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, and I want to see some hard ass gangster motherfuckers, Italian gangster motherfuckers doing Italian gangster motherfucking shit. You know, and it's just not that.
That's the same
It's-
shit with like the Wonder Years. Like it's like I don't hate the fact that they're doing like a Wonder Years with a black family, but why don't you just do a show, an original show about a black family
Yeah.
in the 50s?
It's
Like,
just lazy is what it is.
Yeah,
It is.
Yeah, it is for sure.
Yeah, and so that and like it's funny because then again I don't want to talk too much about it because I want to wait to talk with Joe. But it's funny because like I went on like after I watched it, like I slept on it and like I woke up the next morning and I told Melissa, I was like, yeah, that movie sucked. Like I was just thinking about it and I was like, that movie fucking just sucked. And then like I went on like IMDb and like looked at the reviews. I'm like, am I like missing something here? You know? And I read all the reviews and like all the reviews are just exactly what I thought. You know, everyone was like, this is just like woke propaganda bullshit. Like this isn't even about Sopranos.
It's
And
fucking crazy.
it's just
man.
down the line. Like that's all it is. It's like woke garbage, woke garbage, woke garbage. You know, like what the fuck is this? Blah blah blah. But then you go on Instagram and if you click on like an ad for it on Instagram and read the comments. Like everyone's like, "Oh, this is such a great movie. It's so genius." Blah blah blah. Blah. It's just so weird, like, because you know,
So that's just the demographic difference.
exactly, yeah, you know,
That's crazy.
like IMDb is like what the majority of people are saying, and like
right.
Instagram's like the liberal world, and
That's crazy, man. It's baffling to me that all these companies are willing to jump on this bandwagon that's obviously detrimental for their bottom line.
yeah, right.
It just doesn't make sense to me.
Well, it's because it's almost because the bottom line doesn't matter. What matters is the agenda.
Yeah.
That's really what it comes down to. Is it's not for these people, it's not even about money and you know, getting success. It's about pushing the agenda. So the agenda becomes number one to everything. So if they can just blast us with media and propaganda of what they want us to act like
Divide
and be like and talk shit about or whatever.
It's Marxist shit, dude.
It is.
It's all Marxist shit.
Yeah. It's it's to make, it's even done obviously on purpose, I'm sure.
Yeah.
To make us
I've
be
been
like,
feeling lately like a lot of this shit's actually geared towards like breaking the spirit of people who see through it more so than advancing their agenda through the layperson, you know?
Yeah.
Like it's really like it's so blatant and absurd that I feel like they can't possibly be expecting people to accept that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying about like the reviews that I was reading on like IMDb opposed to Instagram. Like it was just like you could see you could see that it's pissing people off.
Yeah.
Like people are noticing it,
Yeah.
and it really is pissing people off. So I get what you're saying, like how it's maybe it's supposed to be.
Yeah, it's starting to feel like that now,
You know?
because it was like they were trying to make sense, 6 months ago with this shit. They were trying to cover their tracks, but now
Yeah.
it's just like Jen Psaki being like, I think that one reporter was like, so Biden is mandating all federal employees to get vaccinated, but illegal immigrants
Don't have
flooding
to.
over the border don't have to. And she goes, that's correct.
Yeah, I think that's it.
And just left it at that. It's like, that's just like blatant
Like that's gonna piss people
disregard.
off. Yeah,
Yeah.
like it's meant
done
to.
purposely.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Just like it's all shoved in your face purposely.
Yeah.
Just to create to divide and conquer. I mean, it's to split the nation so that when you're talking about it, you're like, oh, now we can label these people
Now
as
we're racist.
racist
now,
and
for the way we're
homophobic
talking on this
and-
episode.
Yeah, for sure.
Domestic violent extremists.
Extremists,
Actually.
yeah. So and then they add it to the terror list. So now, if you talk about this shit, then you're now a domestic terrorist. So, why not publish it for everyone to see? They're like, they give you these platforms but I don't know. I think recognizing that is what's most important, I guess, is like to be like, oh, I see what you're doing. It's not.
Yeah, it really is because if you accept that it's they're doing it to piss you off.
In the Soprano movie is like the worst, like in my opinion so far, like it's the biggest offender of it, because like, if I was black and I watched that movie, especially if I was a fan of like Sopranos, right? And I watched that movie, like I think I would be like really offended by the fact of like how hard the push was in there, and the fact that it was in there and it was done so poorly. Okay,
right?
Because it would have been a different story if like that character, that black character, who's like a main character in it, if he had a good arc and his character had purpose to the flow of the story, but his character, it doesn't. That's what's so shitty about it, is that it's like his character does nothing for the progression of the story.
Yeah,
it just feels super.
It feels like
it is forced.
It would feel like
feels forced.
Getting a participation trophy.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I would be offended that like that's what they did with this character. That's
all in all, yeah. Those people are racist, though. That's why those people that think that way.
Exactly. Yeah.
They want to continually push down minorities and do it with
their best interest in heart.
Yeah, with grace, I guess it would be. So they're trying to make these, I don't know. They don't ever want people to overcome that. They want them to stay down and stay, so that malleable, so they can play with them however they want.
Like if you're doing it right, if you want to do it right, dude, you want to empower like a person of color within that universe, that Sopranos universe. Like what you do is like you introduce that character into the movie. All right. And you keep it background, you give a light introduction to them, keep them kind of in the background. And then you make a hard ass fucking Italian mafia movie. And then you do a spin-off.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Of that black character.
For sure.
Right. And you just do a spin-off, and it's within, now you got a universe.
Yeah.
I
was thinking,
and you make a hard ass fucking, black person coming, being of crime and coming to power.
Frank Lucas,
who's in it, who makes an appearance in it.
Does he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's fucking stupid.
Is it Denzel?
Again, after seeing fucking American Gangster, which is like super hard.
Yeah, it's great.
It's so good.
Yeah. And that's how you empower that. I mean,
exactly.
That's how you do it. You show it that way. That's not force. That's not,
Well, they're not. None of this is empowering black people. They're telling people that they're victims, which is allowing people to cop out and be like, "Yeah, I'm a victim of oppression, and I don't have to try to advance myself in society."
Yeah, and that's another thing in that. Like this character is like, he's like, it is showing like, oh, they're victims, and they there's this whole race riot thing that happens, and like he's like a lackey for one of the mob guys, and his whole goal is like he wants to do his own thing.
Okay.
He wants to be one of them, and it's like it doesn't it's not showing any like strength, because it's just showing like, oh, like he just wants, like, here's this guy that just wants to do illegal shit and make money off it. He's just a greedy motherfucker that wants to make money doing illegal shit. Yes, I don't know.
Yeah, it's just weird.
Jim keeps leaving us. See what's else. What else is got? What else we got in the news that we're talking? You brought up that. Where you keep going? You trying to get this camera going, Jim?
Yeah.
We're just being racist over here.
I know. It keeps overheating.
Oh, really?
But
No, we always just say that the left is racist. Like,
Yeah, they always
like
have
hardcore
been.
liberals are
do you
the
fuck
ones
with
that are super
like
racist.
Candace Owens at all?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Her book Blackout is really, really good.
You read it?
Yeah,
No shit.
it's really good.
I'll have to check that out.
Yeah, it's she breaks that whole realm of this world down really like elegantly.
Well, I mean,
And
Republicans were the ones that wanted to emancipate the slaves.
Yes. Yeah, that the Republicans have always been, pro-black.
Democrats were
And the Democrats were always the racist, but then liberals will always be like, "Well, the party switched," and you could be like, "When did they switch?
Yeah.
Give me the time they switched."
Yeah.
And
As
no
if
one
it's
ever
like,
can, you
as
know?
if it's like the day when Sweden
Yeah, they
changed from driving on the left to the right side of the road.
Yeah, yeah. There was like a public service announcement being like, "Democrats are no longer racist, and Republicans are."
I mean, look at even Malcolm X said the white liberal is the biggest threat to the black man in America.
Yep.
No, nobody wants to talk about
Dude,
Malcolm X
nobody
anymore.
ever talks about that. Like, you could show that to a fucking liberal, and they'll just be like, they'll just call you racist.
Yeah,
Like if
they'll
you
call
show
Malcolm
them,
X racist.
yeah, they'll call him a racist name.
Uncle Tom.
Yeah, an Uncle Tom.
I
or
love how
something
they
like
do that. I love how they. I just saw this thing. It was just a little news blip about these people are black faces, not black voices. And it was like anytime a black person said anything remotely conservative or like seconded an opinion of a white person, they're like, oh, they're just black faces. They're not actually black people.
Yeah. It was like the
that's
guy,
the most racist fucking thing you could say.
It was like, what did the New York Post or like the New York
Larry
Times?
Elder
Yeah, what did they say about him? He was like the black face
of white supremacy.
Of white
Yeah.
supremacy.
Yeah.
Like, what the
Amazing.
fuck?
Yeah, it's crazy.
That's so racist.
Like these people tie themselves into pretzels trying to come up with this shit.
I know. And Larry Elder did like a whole like Zoom call with the editor of the Post or whoever wrote that.
Who wrote that?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, he like lit him up.
No way.
He lit him the fuck
I would
up.
love to watch that.
I don't know if it was actually the writer or if it was actually the editor of the Washington Post, but yeah, I mean that's crazy. I mean it's ludicrous. I mean they call Ben Shapiro anti-Semitic white supremacist, and Ben Shapiro's Jewish.
Yeah.
Like
It's crazy how we're everybody thinks like, oh, America's so racist and blah blah blah, and like we're not racist at all. Like we're the most accepting country in like the world. Like we take in like the world, like half of the world's immigrants.
Right.
All right, compared to any other country. First off, and like we're the most diverse, multiracial country in the fucking world.
Yeah,
okay,
true.
we had a black president that was voted in twice.
Right.
Right. Like we're not the most racist. And then like even with slavery, like slavery, people don't talk about how back in like this, like the slave trade was going on. 3% of the slaves coming from Africa came to America.
Yeah.
3%, right? Like the rest went to like 12, like it was like, I don't know, 300,000 slaves, right? Somewhere in that area. And the rest, like 12 million slaves, went to like Brazil.
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah. People
12 million
try
went to like
act
Brazil. And it was like, it's like, well, do these leftists and shit, why don't they talk shit about Brazil?
Yeah, I don't know.
Like what would they say if you say, well, how do you feel about Brazil? You know?
Yeah.
Well,
Brazil's
how do they
beautiful.
feel about white
know?
people being enslaved all throughout Europe's history?
Oh,
I
yeah.
mean,
Yeah. I mean, slavery.
millions. Every single
Everyone's been
culture,
slaves.
every
Yeah.
single civilization has owned slaves.
For sure.
everyone that's existed.
That kind of we just had Columbus Day just happened, a day ago or whatever.
Yeah.
And I guess it's not called Columbus Day anymore.
Indigenous
It's
Peoples
Indigenous
Day.
People Day. Because,
Which I kind of get that. Columbus was a douchebag.
So-
So
but
Was he, though?
check this though. All right.
Was he?
Hey.
he kind of was. He
I
decided.
mean, when we talking about 1400s,
he decided to massacre.
I don't think he decided that though.
Yeah,
I
you're
think,
probably right.
I think that's just like what he was forced to do because that's what you did in the 1400s.
Yeah.
He came upon like natives that were like literally eating people.
Right.
People don't like to talk about that. Like
check
the
this.
natives were
yeah.
literally eating. They were cannibals.
Yeah. Well, yeah. There's why.
It's not like they were like these beautiful people, like being
Right.
like, oh, we love everyone and everything like that. Like we talked about this on the show. Like everyone talks about like Native Americans like as like some like super peaceful like people, and it's like no, these motherfuckers raped and pillaged each other all the time.
Right. No, it's
brutally.
true. It is
Like,
true.
brutally.
brutally.
And I guess
Because they're
didn't
humans.
they didn't massacre them physically per se. They really brought smallpox and like wiped out most of the population.
Yeah, well, even that. So it's just the fact of it's like, all right, so we're not calling it Columbus Day. Like making that a thing is cringy because you're doing it just to virtue signal. Like you're doing it just to be like, oh, white man bad,
Yeah.
people of color good.
Yeah.
But the fact of the matter is, indigenous people were going around conquering other indigenous people. Like just labeling
Yeah.
them indigenous
And-
people is offensive.
Yeah.
Because how many different tribes and how many different, they were all different. So what it really boils down to is this is people. People are like this. People
Yeah,
go
right.
land to land.
It's
And
the
we're trying
human-
to hold this dude from the 1400s to today's standards, to
Yeah.
modern standards.
Right,
Like
right.
I said, like that's just like what you did in the 1400s. Like you
Well,
come
yeah,
across
the
something, like
Spanish
you
government
conquer and take
funded
over.
him to do that.
Yes, he was told to do that.
yeah.
And it's like all these people being like, well, we shouldn't have statues or worship this guy because he fucking did all these horrible things, and it's like, okay, well then let's talk about George Floyd
Right.
because you got statues of him, you want to worship him, I bet you want to give him a day,
Yeah.
a George Floyd day. Let's go into his past.
Right.
What did he do? Oh, he was a junkie. Oh, he fucking robbed a pregnant woman at gunpoint. Oh, he did all these fucking terrible crimes. Hey, I'm just playing by your rules.
Yeah.
Take his fucking statues down then.
Yeah.
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 It's stupid. Like it's just dumb. Like changing that name, the Indigenous People Day. Like that's just it's offensive to indigenous people because you're just grouping them as just one mass. Like but when they were
Right.
here in their indigenous land, they were all different.
Yeah.
It was
different.
all culture to culture. The Comanche were different than the Aztecs, and
Yeah.
it was all they were just different people. Like
Yeah.
we're just talking about people being people. And if you want to like say Columbus was bad because he came, well, he's the reason why you're here. Like I mean, maybe not here right now. I mean, there's many speculations of that, like who really discovered America or whatever. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
The idea of it, the idea of it to begin with was just to be like, hey, we all got here because of this guy.
Yeah.
Like, and now we're like, oh, but he killed like hundreds of thousands of natives to be here. And it's like, well, those natives did the same thing to each other, like
Yeah.
to take their land. Like that's part of it.
The federal government also did the exact same thing. They don't
Yeah.
hold themselves accountable at all. They
No.
like to use scapegoats that can't be held accountable for things that they should be held accountable for.
Yes. It's semantical. It's stupid. It's just to do that. It's just to create debate.
Yeah, and like people like especially during that time, that's like they were just human. Like the natives that we're conquering each other, we're doing it because they're human. The Spaniards coming here and conquering, we're doing it because they're human.
They didn't
and,
have
like, that's
fucking
just, like,
iPhones.
what they did,
Like,
and like that's
the
what
f- you
people
know,
did.
like-
Human beings did to each other and shit.
Yeah, life was brutal then. Life was brutal. Life is brutal now in some places, and we don't fucking talk about that. There's fucking active slavery happening right now.
Yeah.
In China.
Nike supports it.
Yeah, Nike supports it.
Yeah, you're all on your fucking iPhones where it's
Yeah.
slavery.
Where children
made
in
by
Africa
slaves.
mined all the cobalt.
You're posting about how you fucking hate Columbus, and Columbus Day offends you on your fucking iPhone made by a goddamn slave.
And you wanna
China.
And you wanna stop global warming by having electric cars, where all the electric cars, all the batteries that they use for those electric cars are mined by slave labor.
Yep,
Like
destroying the
now.
planet with lithium mines.
Right now.
It's
That's what
insane, dude.
And then you're the crazy one? Like I'm the crazy one?
Yeah, you're the radical.
Yeah, I'm radical
You're
for
a
that.
terrorist.
Like you're just not you don't have your eyes open. You
Yeah.
just are just obviously just playing by whatever the tube tells you to do. And that's so fucked right now. That's the biggest thing that's been open to my eyes lately, is just how obedient everyone is to the people who run the media.
They make it comfortable. So, most people, it's just more comfortable to accept, even if it's completely absurd and doesn't make sense. It's still more comfortable to just accept whatever you're told.
Ignorance is bliss.
Yeah.
I mean, that's really what it comes
Because
down
people
to.
would have to accept that there's a nefarious government out there trying to control them and don't have their best interests at heart, which everybody has been believing for the last year and a half. Well, their whole lives, really.
For sure. Yeah, it's like what do you, the real question always is to me is like, well, what do you do in this? Like, what do you do? I think personally I like to talk about it. I like to see if other people are seeing the same shit I'm seeing, or look at and see if there is people noticing. Like, isn't it funny that like they said to wear masks and now they're telling us, or they told us not to wear masks, now they're telling us to wear masks, or they're all this shit. Like, wasn't that funny? Isn't that weird to you? And like most people just don't give a fuck because they're just
and that kind of ties into like what he was saying.
Comfortable.
That's like what he was what he was saying with the whole like like the gay and people of color like agenda that's being kind of like forced in our face, almost like to put like bring us down, like to like make us lose the feeling of power or any sense of like that. It's like they're making us. They want you to feel like you're a minority in the way you think.
Right. Exactly.
They want you to make you feel like you are crazy and you are in the minority in thinking that masks are stupid, vaccines are dumb, and like there's an agenda here. When the reality is that like more people think like you do than you think.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's
just not portrayed anywhere.
Yeah,
it's not portrayed anywhere because the media, the movies, the television shows, the music is all telling you you're a minority. You got to think like this. This is how the majority of the world
anywhere
thinks.
It is portrayed gets censored or canceled or whatever.
Yeah, and like
to bring you down.
Yeah.
To bring you down and make you feel small.
Yeah.
Right.
But we're not. We're not small.
No, I honestly am starting to see that we're the majority.
Yeah.
I've talked to people. I talked to a lot of people like one-on-one about things, and they like 8 out of 10 people that I talk to, and that's obviously there's going to be a bias because I talk to certain types of people, but like I work in Ferndale, so like that's the most PC place around here. And a lot of people are like, yeah, dude, everything that you're bringing up makes sense. Like,
wait, you where do you work?
I work at Anita's Kitchen.
Okay, do you come into my work?
Yeah.
Do you?
I do.
Dude, all right, I've seen you like 100 times.
Yeah,
and
I
I
see
swear
you
to
too.
God, I'm like, dude, I know this guy.
But I was always like, I didn't want to say what's up because it's been like 15
Yeah, dude,
years.
I fucking knew it, man. I was like, I've always see you, and I'm like, dude, I know this dude. I fucking know this dude. And then I'll be like, do I know this dude?
I told you knew this dude. I told you that. I was telling him, I was like,
All right.
I've been skating with Derek.
That's cool. Now
I
we
know
can say
Derek.
what's up, and like not be like, do I know
Right.
this dude?
Right. All you had to do is come on this podcast and talk about radical ideas that will get you both fired from your jobs.
Right.
Yeah. I'm turning all this into the FBI.
Hey, what's the timestamp right now?
Like hour and a half.
No, get the timestamp. I just want to protect him.
Oh, okay. Because
Yeah.
Okay, I got you.
So 2:34.
Yeah.
Okay.
He said your work name, and he just didn't.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I feel that.
No, he said his work name.
Or he said it.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
we watch out for that shit in here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We
Yeah,
said
but
Coney the whole time in
people-
the beginning. We didn't give a fuck about that.
But yeah, we work in the same area,
Yeah.
which is very
And people surprise me with their insights. And it's weird. It highlights the way media is affecting me, where I'm like viewing the world as not seeing the clear picture because that's not what
But-
I'm not. That's not being reflected back to me. And
where we do work though is a lot of it's pretty tough. Like there is, I would say the majority of people do think like that in that area.
And what I'm saying though is when I talk to people one on one, they see things the way I see it.
Okay,
Yeah.
but they don't express that. Like
Yeah, everybody's
openly.
afraid to express it,
Yeah.
especially in a place like Ferndale, because you don't know who's gonna take offense to things. You know, you don't want to offend people, and
Yeah,
everybody acts or everybody's portrayed as being sensitive, but people really aren't that sensitive. Like
yeah,
in my experience, person to person, like people don't get offended about shit the way the media says people do.
yeah.
People have more of a backbone than
Where I work, we have our customer base is very is predominantly black,
okay.
and I get to have a lot of one-on-one conversations with customers and stuff like that. And I remember like before the election, I was like so surprised on how many were Trump supporters.
Yeah,
You
yeah, that's
know?
pretty crazy.
Because like the media makes you think otherwise.
You're a neo-Nazi if you support
yeah,
Trump.
Yeah.
you know,
They just
like
throw
Trump's
those.
a racist, but like I'll have so many conversations with people, and they'll just be like, "Yeah, man, Trump, Trump's a G, like Trump's where it's at," and like
Yeah.
give good reasons why they like him and everything like that.
Yeah.
And it's like awesome, like or just the idea of like it wouldn't even have to be Trump, but just like the whole MAGA party thought process, which I like because like I don't like to consider myself like I'm not like a Republican.
No, I don't
You know?
identify with the party either, but
But I vibe with the MAGA mentality, which I think is it's like this in between, the Republican and
Well,
Democrat. Like,
What it did was it showed
/ libertarian.
it
type.
showed
Yeah.
it's actually very libertarian
Yeah.
based.
yeah.
It's like I think it really
In order for him to have any chance to get elected, though, he had to pick Republican or Democrat because no independent has ever even come close to getting elected.
Yeah, and it's I don't know. Like it's
I always found it interesting though that for like forever he was a Democrat.
Really?
Yeah.
A lot of people
Oh,
switched.
yeah, he
My
was a
sister
Democrat.
was a diehard Democrat, liberal forever until COVID hit, and she was like, "Holy fuck, what have I been thinking this whole time?" She's like, I see exactly like my dad was always like a diehard Republican. And he's like, "Oh, these Democrats are fucking everything up," and we were all just like, "Yeah, whatever."
yeah.
But no, he was like right on point the entire time.
Yeah.
Well, it's because Republicans look at the actual policies and like the way that the country's being ran, like a business. They
Exactly.
look at like
Yeah.
they look,
It's the whole like, Republicans are, Democrats are give a man a fish, he'll eat for a day. Republicans are teach a man how to fish.
yes.
He'll eat
And
forever,
Democrats, they
forever.
work
Something
on
like that.
they work on just things that sound
Fool
good.
me once.
You know, they work on like talking points.
It's all bullshit.
Without any substance behind it.
It has nothing to do with your life.
Yeah.
It's all stuff to make you.
Actually, it has too much to do with my life.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
I
But
got
it has
you. Yeah.
nothing to do with the issue at hand that they're supposed
It
to
has
be
nothing to
talking
do
about.
with the country being ran the way
Yeah.
the country should be ran. Like,
Well, it's like they're going to talk about a green energy bill, but there's all kinds of like refugee amnesty things in it and like voting shit and like all these little things that they just hide in these bills that sound nice, and people don't take the time to look into it. And so everyone's just like, what, you don't support the Green New Deal?
Yeah.
You must be like anti-climate change and like
Yeah. And you're like, yeah, I am.
like the way
You're like,
Democrats are
the
approaching
world's
it,
been the world's been warming up and cooling down for
I'm actually,
its existence.
I'm
since
actually
its existence.
pro climate change. I get that climate change is happening.
Yeah.
I just don't think you're gonna fix it with
But,
this bill
yeah.
with hidden things. In
I
it
would
that
like
just-
a coherent strategy.
Yeah.
Not things like, oh, we're going to shut the pipeline down in America to save the climate, and
Yeah.
then we're going to ask OPEC to produce a bunch more oil without the same EPA regulations, and that's going to do good for the climate.
That's what it's about.
It's a bunch of like pretty names with nothing behind it.
It's organized crime with
It is, yeah.
a little hippie fucking
Indoctrination.
tapestry
yeah.
over it,
Yeah.
hiding it
Yep.
That's exactly what it is, yeah.
Yeah.
with peace signs and flowers and hearts on it.
Patagonia.
Patagonia.
Patagonia outfits.
Come full circle.
Yeah, because it's like, I mean, it's all stupid. They're talking about gay rights and they're talking about gender equality and they're talking about this and that. It's like, but why aren't we talking about why
Things that affect all of us.
Yeah, why we're shipping jobs overseas or why we're losing workers at an alarming rate in America. Why aren't we talking about that? Why are we pressing these?
Well, like that's what Candace Owens' book goes into really well. Like the whole like victim mentality and how that was created by the Democrats and like why it was created by the Democrats and why it was so successful. Everything like that. That's what like her book is about.
Yeah.
But towards the black community, but it applies to just
Because that was her community.
Yeah, that's what she relates to.
And it's
but it applies to everything on like that leftist side.
Right. It's one of the main things that side is using at this point, so it's really relevant. But yeah, it applies to anything. I mean, they apply it to trans people, so now trans people feel victimized and like they're owed something for being victimized now, which I guess I see that, but it's having the opposite effect to where people aren't lifting themselves up. They're looking for
handouts,
the government to lift them up, and not to actually lift them up. They're looking for the government to knock everybody else down a peg so that they feel more equal. It's like the tax the rich bullshit. Here, let us make you feel better about being robbed every week in your paycheck by us robbing this bigger person a little bit more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense. You're still being robbed. It doesn't make it, you're not being robbed any less because they're robbing that guy more. And really all that's doing is giving the government more money to misspend.
Yeah.
It's not going to change anything. I had a conversation with a girl that I went to school with, and she like posted that tax the rich dress, and I was like, this is the most hypocritical thing.
But she like posted it like, oh my god, queen.
Yeah, like this is amazing. This is what we need.
Yeah.
This is what's gonna solve climate change.
Yeah.
Taxing the rich. I'm like, how?
Yeah.
They don't have a coherent plan.
She
And
is rich.
Yeah.
know?
That dress was whatever thousands
She
of
fucking
dollars.
is rich,
dude.
man.
To be at that place was $30,000 a ticket.
Yeah.
On that note, I had a dream last night that involved Bernie Sanders. I don't know what the dream was about. I can't remember. And I don't like to tell my dreams, but like it's just like Bernie Sanders was in my dream and it fucking weirded me out.
Is there bad omens to telling your dream?
No, I just hate when people tell me dreams.
I don't believe them.
I hate when people talk about their dreams unless it's something like really good, like funny or something like that. But like usually most part I hate when people tell me their dreams, and I hate when people tell me their trips.
Yeah. I feel that because
I don't
it's
mind
something completely personal.
Yeah, I don't mind like a trip story, like what happened, like why you were tripping,
right?
But like I don't care like about
the revelations
trip.
you had, and
yeah, like because it's like a personal thing.
Yeah.
Like
you'll never really be able to explain it either. That's really what it boils down to. Unless usually if you're explaining it with somebody with the tripping aspect, or I'm sure with the dreams and a personal aspect, is like with tripping, it's like usually if you're talking to somebody who has tripped, it's just like, you know.
Yeah. I mean, if you can make it,
know.
I mean, if you make it quick, like oh man, I had a dream my teeth were like falling out and shit and it fucked me up. Like,
right.
That's cool. Like, I don't mind that. But like, when people like try to tell me like.
I feel like they're always exaggerating too. I'm like, really?
Like,
you remember all that? Because like every time, I mean, I remember dreams. I remember them like you just did. Like, I'm like, there was a dream with my sister's dog in it. Like, I remember that.
And you don't remember what happened?
No, I don't remember what happened or anything about it. I'm just going to make it all up now. Like, I'm just going to try to, if I'm going to tell you about it, I'm going to fucking just really blow this story out of the water. You know, be like, my sister's dog was there and he was, you know, I don't know. I was going to say some fucked up shit right there.
There's a yellow couch.
Yellow couch. My grandpa was there. Oh, fuck. No, I feel that. So Bernie Sanders?
I just remember Bernie Sanders was in it, and I was uncomfortable.
You felt like he was...
And it's fucked up because, like, I wrote Bernie Sanders in on 2016.
Yeah, it sounded great. I was on board
I wrote
with
him
then
in.
too.
Yeah, I didn't vote, but...
I don't know.
And now I look at him and I'm like, dude, this guy's a fucking... But, like, someone pointed out on a show or something like that about how, like, they think that, like, Bernie Sanders like really does believe in what he's saying. Like he's to the point where like he really does believe it, you know, like he's not really agenda driven, like he really fucking believes it.
And they won't let him try.
Even though he is a hypocrite.
Yeah, he's a hypocrite for sure, especially with the rich stuff because he used to always talk about like, you know,
well, it used to be like he used to say like millionaires shouldn't exist, you know, and then he became one.
Yeah, he's
and
like,
then it changed to like billionaires shouldn't exist. But you guys know the gap? Do you guys ever think like if you guys ever felt the gap between like a millionaire and a billionaire? Like, do you know like what the difference is? So check this out. 1,000,000 seconds, right? You know how long it would take you to count to 1,000,000 seconds?
How long?
It would take you 11 days. Okay, to count to 1,000,000. Do you know how long it would take you to count to 1,000,000,000? 31 years.
Holy shit.
Yeah, that's pretty wild.
Now put that in money. You know what I'm saying?
That's fucking crazy.
11 days to 31 years. All right. You know how long it would take you to count to 1,000,000,000,000?
How long?
32,000 years.
Really?
It would take you 32,000 years. Yeah, fact check me on that shit right now, bro.
I believe you.
You know?
Reuters.
Thinking about
you know how long
it
it would take you to spend $1 trillion? If you had to spend $1 trillion and you spent $1 million a day, right? $1 million a day, it would take you 32,000 or no, I'm sorry, it would take you 2,800 years to reach $1 trillion. If you spent $1 million a day.
So
2,800 years to spend $1 trillion.
So you're talking some burning shit right now then.
Wow.
A little bit. Like saying that's like
that nobody needs that kind of money.
Needs that kind of money.
But I like to put it like what they just passed something where they're about to spend like $3.2 trillion on something.
3.5.
On what? What is that?
Nobody knows. Nobody knows.
Well, what's it? What are they saying it's for?
It's like just an open
bill?
It's an open spending bill. It's not even named anything.
Is it infrastructure?
It's just the budget.
Oh, okay.
It was the infrastructure was the 1.2 trillion one.
The Democrats $3.5 trillion
budget. It's just called the budget.
Budget,
10-year spending plan.
Yeah, okay, spending plan.
Spending plan.
So $3.5 trillion, like that money can't even exist.
Yeah.
Well, it doesn't physically, for
Yeah.
sure. Like, there's no
Like, it just
way.
doesn't exist.
Yeah. Well, it's all power. This is power.
Mm-hmm.
That's where they use. That's how
The money hasn't existed since the Federal Reserve Act.
Yeah. I know. Was that one of your first like red pills? Like, was like finding out about like.
I knew about it. I didn't know the details that are in like.
Did you ever watch
Europa.
like Zeitgeist or anything?
Yeah.
Like, that was like back then. Zeitgeist and Loose Change about 9/11. Those two documentaries really like crack open the Federal Reserve, and it just cracks it open with just facts of how it created and how it was created and how it was created to spend money upon, to spend money that was not there.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that whole thing like kind of made me be like, hold on, this is all a facade. Like, the money's even a facade. Like,
Yeah.
it is. It's not even in existence. It's just numbers on a computer screen. That's all it is. Because only 3% of the world's currency is actually physical money. So the rest of it is just trades on a digital platform.
Yeah.
It's insane.
Yeah. So they got everyone tripping out about it, but no one no one even knows what it is. Like, it's nothing. It's absolutely nothing.
Did you see that 1984 shit with Biden talking about? He was basically saying about how like, don't worry about like all the firings and stuff that are happening right now. Like, let's look at the vaccination rate and how it's going up. And he's like, airlines and stuff are like, he's like, companies. What do you say? United went from 59% of their employees being vaccinated to 99%, and that's what we should be focusing on and happy about.
Fuck?
But check it out. He's saying it went up to 99%, right? But that's because they just fired.
Yeah,
everybody.
That doesn't mean any new person got vaccinated at all.
Yeah.
It doesn't.
But that's
mean
what I'm saying
that
about
at
like
all.
1984 type shit,
Yeah.
like that. Like,
Yeah, they're
news
tricking
speak.
you.
yeah,
It's newspeak.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're tricking you with
Here's the thing about
words.
that is like the director of the CDC just came on CNN last week and said verbatim, the vaccines cannot prevent transmission.
Yes.
So what accomplishment is getting all these people vaccinated? It doesn't help the situation at all, except for the individual. And on an individual level, you're pretty safe already.
Yeah. Well, and there's studies in Israel showing Israel and like the UK showing that actually more vaccinated people are dying from COVID.
Yeah.
Like, at a higher rate.
Yeah, the viral load of a person who got a breakthrough infection with the Delta variant is 251 times that of an unvaccinated person who got infected with the original COVID strain.
Yeah, you talk about the guy in Rogan.
Today?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
just started listening to that. He was talking about in England.
Yeah.
He was saying in England, 7 out of 10 of the people being hospitalized, no, the people that died
Yeah.
in fucking England, 7 out of 10 were fully vaccinated. So 70% of their vaccinated people that are dying from COVID are fully vaccinated.
And I've already seen
England.
these creepy ass news articles come out that say 80% of people in the hospital with COVID are vaccinated, and here's why you shouldn't be worried about that. That was literally a Detroit News
Wait, what is it?
article
It said what?
headline. It said 8 out of 10 people hospitalized with COVID are fully vaccinated, and here's why you should not be worried about that.
Okay. Yeah. That makes sense. It's fucking crazy. It's weird because, in like the non-vax world, that has been around since the beginning of vaccinations in this world, there's always been a large group of the population that were not for vaccines, did not believe in, did not trust them. But they've been saying this kind of stuff forever.
Yeah.
And they've been having those people have been having before COVID and everything like that. They like it's all about the vaccines, bro. Like everything is about the vaccine, and it always has been. Like I knew right from the beginning of this pandemic that this was all going to be about a vaccine, and anybody that was in the non-vax community, they all knew that too. They all knew that because they've all been saying that.
Right.
That everything's about vaccines,
and it's
because vaccines are like one of the most profitable.
Yeah, because you're not just your customer base isn't just the diseased; it's everybody.
It's everybody, and they've been saying for a very, very long time, like fucking decades, that like the main goal is to get everybody to have to take a vaccine. To have to take all their vaccines,
it's not even like the COVID
They got
vaccine.
the children. They got the children. They got the
Anything.
children first. They got the children first because children are easy. It's easy to scare a parent.
Right.
It's easy to say, "Oh, the kid's gonna die if they don't get these."
Right.
You know, that's easy. The hard part is the adults, getting out of the adults, and now that's what this was gonna be about. So it's funny because this whole You see people that are like, oh, I'm not anti-vax, I'm just anti this one. And it's like, well, why don't you do the research on the other ones?
Yeah, well,
Why don't you start doing the research on the other ones too?
Like the
Because you're gonna find a lot of the same shit.
Well,
Yeah.
and
Okay.
but the good thing, the silver lining to that mentality though, is so it's making people question vaccines.
It is, but it's just
Period.
it's crazy because anybody that has been part of the non-vax community and stuff like that, they've been hearing that shit for a long time of like, you know, being ostracized and being shamed, like if they chose not to get their child vaccinated, being like, oh, well, you can't come near my kid. You know,
Right.
Don't bring your kid around me or my kid.
Or even
and it's
saying
like, well,
things like, "I hope your kid gets sick."
yeah, I hope
and
your kid
shit.
dies and
That's-
shit like that.
yeah.
But it's always they've always said like, well, wait a minute, like if you're vaccinated, what are you worried about?
Yeah.
Why are you worried if you are vaccinated? You know, and so that's always been a fight between the two groups of like, you know, pro-vaccine people being like, well, no, you got to get vaccinated to protect me, and then the non-vax people being like, well, the vaccine is supposed to protect you.
And here's the
Why
thing
are you
about
why are you
that
tripping about it?
is like there's two types of vaccines. There's a type of vaccine that eliminates the virus out of your body. That's a real vaccine. And then there's the type of vaccine that quells the symptoms if you get infected. It doesn't actually stop you from getting infected. It doesn't stop you from spreading it. And that's what, like the pertussis vaccine.
Yes,
All schools require
Yes.
that. But what happens is
it just suppresses
these kids get it,
Yeah.
and their parents don't know it, and then they bring it home to their infant brother or
and
sister
or
and kill
or
them.
papa and grandpa,
Yeah.
you know, grandma, who are susceptible to it.
And so, like,
because instead of staying home, instead of getting the symptoms and being like, oh, I'm sick, I shouldn't go anywhere,
right,
they go over there
yeah,
and hang out.
and so that's been happening already. So what's happening is like the vaccinated are becoming super spreaders because they're not aware.
Yeah, and that was something they brought up on the Rogan show today, and I'm glad he brought it up, because it needs to be brought up more. Is that whole aspect of like how it first it started like, oh, this vaccine's going to stop you from getting it.
Mm-hmm.
Then it became, oh, the vaccine's going to stop you or is going to lessen your symptoms, you know. And now the vaccine's going to stop you from going to the hospital.
Yeah.
All right. And now it's just, oh, the vaccine's going to stop you from dying.
Now the
But
only
then
thing
12
the
months from
vaccine
now,
does now,
they're not going to be able to even say that
Yeah.
because, like we just said, 7 out of 10 of England's dying from COVID is fully vaccinated.
Unless
so
they
even
have
that
the
narrative's going to
boosters.
fucking.
Unless they have the shot.
But even
after
the boosters,
shot.
I
But
mean,
that's
all
just
this
gonna
evidence
skew
is
the
coming
data.
out. Yeah, all the evidence is coming out that the boosters are only giving like fucking a month.
But how
worth
about
of-
another? That's why
you know.
they introduce another booster because then it makes the numbers look better.
The point of a vaccine is supposed to it's supposed to mimic herd immunity.
Yeah,
That is the point of a vaccine, is to create herd immunity, right? So that enough people of the population have it that it can't spread. And it's just a vaccine's there to get it to do that quicker.
Yeah.
Get that herd immunity. And they just don't do that.
no,
They're not doing that.
They're
And
not
especially
designed
with this
to do
one,
that.
you know.
These type of vaccines are not designed to do that. They're not. If
The best way to get herd immunity is to do it the natural way.
is if they would have just let the shit go,
Just let
we
it
would have
go.
all had herd immunity by the end of 2020,
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's why.
and we wouldn't have
If we would have
either.
let it go and take the most, the people that need to be protected, and they got to wear the masks. Elderly. Oh, wear your mask. Maybe don't go out during the winter as much.
Or don't go in like large crowds.
Don't go into
winter.
large crowds
Yeah.
inside. Like, or the autoimmune or the immune suppressed people. Like, wear your mask, wear a fucking hazmat suit if you're gonna go out. Stay inside during the winter as much as you can.
Yeah.
While the public gets it, while the rest of the people
Right.
that aren't fucking
Yeah, well, that's why. Yeah, exactly. I
danger.
mean, the point, whatever the death rate is now, which is still microscopic, doesn't that just prove it? That just proves the fact that we all would be fine if we get this. And they're like,
Yeah.
well, not everyone. Someone dies. This person died. Well, yeah, that person dies, and then CNN posts about it and makes you think that this is a bigger issue than it is.
Right.
But when it really boils down, it's just a 0.0% of the population
yeah.
that are dying.
And then you got to look at how virulently other treatment options were suppressed from the beginning, and even recently, like ivermectin has been demonized.
Yeah, we're getting
And-
banned for sure. This one's not going on YouTube. We're saying all the words.
Yeah.
So Merck, the drug company, owns the patent on ivermectin, which has recently expired. So it's a very useful and it's very efficacious against COVID. And but they can't make money off it because now generics are being sold.
You want to know who's a
So-
big lawyer for Merck?
Who?
Kamala Harris's
Are
husband.
you kidding me?
No, look it up.
Is she really?
Yeah.
So
Jesus.
So get
Yeah.
Their
this:
fucking tentacles everywhere.
Yeah.
the federal government has given $29 million to Merck to pursue the development of a new antiviral drug that's molecularly almost indistinguishable from ivermectin that
Yeah.
they're going to come out with a patent on. And guess who is also involved in that development?
Bill Gates?
The NIH,
Oh, okay.
who Dr. Fauci is the head of.
Yeah. So
So
they're gonna sell it.
They're getting money.
Yeah. It's the same
Yeah.
thing that happened. Remember CFCs back in the 90s?
I just hope it's safe. Is it safe? Is it gonna be like if they do this? Like, I don't care. Honestly, I really don't even care if they do that. If they just take ivermectin or hydrochloroquine or one of these preventatives that are proven to be safe and have been used for and they just take it and just put a different name on it, and then they sell it for like $50. I don't care. Like, fucking do
Right.
it. Just do it. Like,
It just
do
highlights the
it. Let it work.
No, but they're still going to push the vaccine because
I know,
the
but that's-
vaccines, like you said before, it's so if you think of this in a business sense, the therapeutic. If Merck does do it, it's just it's just like a little side hustle for them
Yeah.
because their main hustle is going to be
it's just so they can capture all the profits.
yeah, distributing their drug to the not sick, which is the biggest. I mean, that's the glorious scheme of it all. Like
Yeah.
you said. I mean, that's the idea. If you can get everyone to take something that's not sick, then
But it's gonna be if they do that though,
Or-
it's gonna be harder for them to push their vaccine though. That's the problem. That's gonna be the problem. Like,
yeah. So they probably won't. There'll probably
No.
be some sort of they'll come out with some data.
They're just gonna.
they're gonna
have-
like you
they
can
just
only
want
get
the
it if you're
patent.
vaccinated.
They just
Yeah.
want the patent just
You
in
can only
case.
get it if you're vaccinated.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it, honestly. They just deny in Colorado. They just denied this woman. So this woman had renal failure, and she's got a friend who's willing to donate a kidney. She's not waiting on a list. She's not in front of dying children. And the hospital is refusing to transplant a kidney into her because she won't get vaccinated.
Yeah.
That's the only
So they're
reason.
saying she's like too high of a risk of dying.
Yeah. But
Which
she's
makes
like,
no sense.
I
Because, like,
am assuming all of this risk.
yeah, but even
already.
okay, so they won't put it in her because she could die from COVID. But if you don't do the
She's
fucking
literally
transplant,
gonna definitely
she's
die.
going to die.
100%.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
That's where it's getting scary, man.
Yeah,
that is where
sure.
it's really getting scary. Is with
Because-
this the nurses shortage, the healthcare firings and stuff like that. But then, so that's just the start of like it's gonna reach a point if they keep going. If we don't see more of this like Southwest Airlines like protest
Yeah.
that happen, if we
Yeah.
don't see more of this through the other
But even
frontline
then-
workers and shit, they're gonna start bringing in like you're not allowed in a hospital.
Yeah. And I feel like
Unless you're
they're
vaccinated.
doing all this shit as a way. I feel like everything they do has several outlets for what they're trying to accomplish. Like, first of all, they're trying to push these mandates to get everybody vaccinated, but then when people revolt against it, they're going to use it as justification to restrict unvaccinated people's access to things.
Yeah.
The way they're calling Southwest Airlines pilots domestic terrorists for
Yeah, but-
screwing up the.
See, that's why I do have hope though. Like that whole Southwest Airlines thing is like it was such a relief when I saw it going down.
Yeah.
Like it was like awesome. I was like, this is
Oh, I
fucking
love
awesome.
it when I see shit like
Because it's again that whole going back to like we're not a minority
that. Right.
in the way that we're talking here. We are not a minority, and the thing is that it's the silent majority is just is holding back.
Yeah.
Everyone's holding back to see like, all right, how far are these motherfuckers gonna take it?
Yeah.
You know, like nobody really wants like nobody wants to go out of their way and like lose their job and shit, you know.
Right.
But the fact that like the Southwest Airlines happened and like a dude at my work fucking like we had to wear masks, right? Like they took away our masks and then all through summer and then they brought them back and like I had a dude at work who's been there for 13 years like I'm not wearing a mask and they're like, well then you can't work, and he's like, well fuck you then, you know.
Yeah.
And like we're shorthanded already, so like he stood his ground on that. Like that's going to I just feel like that's going to happen more,
Yeah.
you know, like when
sure.
it gets to a point the silent majority is going to start awakening and fucking bringing hell,
I can see the tables turning now.
you know. Like
yeah.
I know for a fact like if my company, the business I work for, if they're like you got to get vaccinated, like I'm not going to do it, and I'm not worried about it, you know. I'm not worried about like what's going to happen to me. I think I can figure it out.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, like I'm not going to bow down to that. And yeah, like I'll lose my job, but like, fuck man, like I can figure that shit out. I can
Most
figure
definitely. Yeah,
something,
Well, yeah,
you know?
because I feel you. I'm the same way. I'm like
You same way.
If they were gonna be like, they won't, because I know my company well, and I know I know where they're at with most everything, because it's a smaller company, and I don't see it happening unless it becomes like health, unless the health department gets involved in this stuff.
Yeah.
And then then it's going to be wild all across the food industry, which is already hurting right now. So
yeah.
it's like I would find something else.
We'd figure it out, man.
Yeah.
We found out about a film festival taking place, and we had fucking 3 weeks to make a film,
It made a G.
a
real
15-minute film, and then
quick.
won a goddamn trophy and some money.
Right.
We could figure that shit out.
No, I know. And it's going to be when it gets to the point of people not being able to get treatments, not being able to go to the hospital, or like you said prior, like not being able to travel, like not being able, all these things are going to, and then the supply chain crumbling. I mean, they're already saying, like, they came out and were like, you're not going to be able to get everything you need this Christmas. So why?
Yeah.
Why is that? It's because the supply chain's breaking down right now, and
Yeah.
it's breaking down because of these mandates.
That's scary. That's the scary one. That's the one that kind of scares me.
Supply chain.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially when you go to food. Like once you get to food,
Yeah.
like abundance is here in America right now. Like we have
Yeah.
abundance.
It scares me. It scares me just like for having a family, like it
sure.
scares me to like, okay, like, are we going to be able to get toys this Christmas?
Yeah.
Like,
Well, you
Like,
just
I don't care, but like, you know, I want my kids.
Yeah. But
You know?
you'll find a way around that too, though. You know, you'll find something else to give them or whatever. You know, if
Yeah.
you can't give them the new Polly Pocket or whatever, then you get them whatever, you know, you make them something.
Did you say Polly Pocket, bro?
Yeah, it's Polly Pocket? That's relevant, right?
That was his
No,
favorite
bro.
growing up.
Polly Pocket's not relevant no more? I liked Mighty Max, which was like the boy Polly Pockets.
You did like Mighty Max toys.
I love their toys. Yeah.
You fucking had a bunch of
Yeah,
those.
they were man Polly Pockets. for
They were
sure.
man Polly
Yeah,
Pockets.
that's exactly what they were.
Did you like the toys before you liked the cartoon, or did you like the toys because of the cartoon?
Because of the cartoon.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's the hardest cartoon out there, bro.
Do you know about
Remember
Mighty
we
Max?
talked about how like
I don't remember.
he wouldn't know
No.
Mighty Max, bro. First off, a lot of people don't know
No, it's
Mighty
like,
Max,
or
bro.
if they
It's
do, they're
very
like, oh,
r-
I kind of remember.
It's
it.
very rare that you come in contact with someone that's like, dude, fuck yeah, I remember Mighty Max. You know, and especially if they're younger than you, it's a wrap.
Yeah.
They ain't gonna know. But remember we talked about how like there's some shit in that show. Like
Yeah.
they spitting like
Some Illuminati shit.
yeah, they
Secret
spit,
societies.
they spitting some truth in
Yeah.
there.
That's why you can't
Like
find
lizard people and
No
shit.
way.
it. Oh, yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, dude. I found some clips. Like it was a show that this cartoon that me and Jim like fucking loved when we were young, dude. Like
Mighty Max.
our favorite cartoon. Yeah, it was like the best. But I found some clips on YouTube. Okay, so like you can't find this cartoon anywhere. Like you find like you think of any other cartoon like Chip and Dale's and stuff. Like you can find somewhere to watch it. You can find a way to watch it. Like streaming, buying DVD set and shit. Like you can't even buy a VHS of Mighty
Are you
Max.
serious?
Like you can't find it anywhere.
What the fuck?
Yeah. Like, I mean, I'm sure if you do some deep diving, like some real hardcore diving, like you can
Yeah.
find a few deep VHSs
Yeah,
of
you'd
it.
think you'd be able to find like episodes of it on
But like
YouTube.
they've never put like a DVD tape out or anything like this. And this was like a major selling toy brand too.
Yeah.
Like he said, it was like Polly Pockets for boys in like the 90s.
Dude, I had all these, bro.
And it was very popular. So like it's really surprising that you can't find like DVD collections of it or anything like that, or even VHS collections. Like I said, you might find like all VHS that has like 1 or 2 episodes on it. But so I found I was searching for like episodes and shit on YouTube, and I came across like clips, and like there were clips and like they were like episodes talking about like episodes where like the bad guy who was like this like Satan looking motherfucker, like he kind of looks like what you know Satan's like portrayed as.
Right.
But like turning people into lizard, like that's the episode right there. Like,
Yeah.
Nope. Oh, yeah, that episode. Like he turns these people into lizards, you know, and it's like lizard people and shit, and like,
Who's behind Mighty Max?
Yeah, I want to know who wrote that.
hey, we know who's behind it.
I don't think so. I think it's a white hat here, trying to open up the eyes. Because this is who we are right now, man.
Looks
we
like that guy.
should wear this outfit on the podcast.
The picture of that dude right there.
Yeah.
Go over to your
Which guy?
go
This
down.
guy?
Yeah.
This guy's like, yeah, this guy. Oh, I hope this is
That
the
guy knows all the secrets.
Oh my god.
Let me see here. Creators Mark Zaslav. Let's see. He's committed suicide.
2 gunshots to the back of the
Yeah,
head.
There's not even a fucking picture of him. Are you sure that's the creator?
That's who IMDb.
And being a professional magician, blah blah blah. Now wait, did he create the cartoon or did he create the toys? Go back to the original. Nope, go back again. Creators, story. Okay, so this is the
He has no picture on IMDb.
he's got no picture. Does the other guy got a picture?
Let's go see. Well, he probably shelled out.
Let's see.
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
who's this guy? Rob Hudnut.
So he's just like a
Oh, he's still going.
prominent cartoon creator.
What did it say? $15 billion.
This guy is
Damn.
This guy killed the other guy.
Yeah.
wait,
For
what's it
sure.
say? Has inspired billions. Wait, inspired billions of hours of viewership in over 1 point. Is that 15 or 1.5? Is 15
$15. Yeah.
billion dollars
Damn.
in entertainment, toys, and consumer.
That's insane.
So this guy shelled out for
Yeah,
sure.
killed you.
Yeah. Yeah. So who is this guy? Mark Zaslav. I wonder if he's
Known
doing-
for. Go out. I want to see what he's known for.
I don't think it was anything.
Tailspin.
Oh, okay. Tailspin was sweet too.
Superhuman Samurai. Oh shit. That's it though. There's those 4.
Yeah.
I mean, those are all major things. Winnie Pooh, Tailspin, Mighty Max.
Oh no,
and
hold on. He's
Superhuman.
still working.
Oh, is he?
Yeah,
Okay.
but not.
He just can't get a job anywhere now.
No,
he's got shit.
no. But Mighty Max is for real though. They were breaking down some. Yeah, and like if you look at like,
Oh shit, you can't find it anywhere, huh?
it's hard. I remember we were
Yeah,
looking forever.
I would love to see some.
Yeah,
of
because
it.
like I was gonna buy some. Like I was like legit
Right.
at different points in my life. Like when I've had some extra, scratch. I was gonna be like, I'd be like, oh, I want to buy the box set of fucking Mighty Max.
Right.
Can't find it.
Fuck.
I think Skullmaster was the name of the bad guy.
Yeah, that's it right there.
Look at this guy.
Oh my gosh.
Go down to that picture. No, the one with that one.
Yeah.
It was a good cartoon, man. It was like deep. Do you know what it's about? He basically had like he got possessed. He got a cap, like a magical hat, right? Looked like a MAGA hat, and
It did. we should.
Foreshadowing.
it had an M on it and shit. Red cap. But it would create these portals
Okay.
to different times in history and shit. And he had like this. See, that's his hat right there. And he had that bird there, the fowl,
Virgil.
He was like Virgil's like the smart guy that like guided him, and then Norm was the big dude behind him. It was like his protector,
Norman.
and he's like the chosen one. He became like this chosen one. It was his job to basically save the world, and like by traveling through these different portals to different times and places, and it was a very deep show. Like it was like it got deep. Like
Yeah.
they went to like Atlantis and shit. Like
Way.
talked on like
Yes,
Atlantis and
for
like what
sure.
it showed like what happened to Atlantis and everything. And like yeah, we always just loved it because it wasn't stupid.
Right.
Like yeah, it was fun and like it had campy parts,
There's
but
substance to
there
it.
was substance to it. It
Yeah.
got deep and shit.
Oh, 4 DVD box.
Which is
set.
why every time you ask somebody, "Hey, you ever heard of Mighty Max?" No,
Isn't that amazing?
because that shit was too deep, man. It
Yep,
got too
yep.
many kids fucking thinking. Made people like me and Jim look at us now. Got this fucking podcast because of Mighty Max. I swear to God, man. Like I kind of blame Mighty Max for the time, like I first started working. I got my first job, and I remember coming home like after being at my first job at 15, like after a month there, and like
At Coney.
being no, not at Coney, at Kroger, just being pissed off and like being like this is bullshit. Like why do we do this? Like I don't got time to do anything now.
Oh my god.
It's because of Mighty Max.
Well, how do you say this word?
Zygote.
Zygote music is the name of one of the episodes. Armageddon Closer. I mean, this show is for real deep though. It goes into like some werewolf stuff too.
Yeah, dude, it touched on like awesome topics,
For real. Like, and it went into like prehistory stuff, like
Dude.
like Egyptian shit.
Egyptian.
you
That's
know?
fucking awesome.
Yeah, this show is fucking sweet. I bet you it's still sweet too.
I know. I feel.
I know.
Like,
I
really
want my
wanna
kids to
it.
watch it. Like I want to
really
put it on for
want
my
to.
kids. I just can't find it
I
anywhere.
know. I don't know. This is probably the second or third episode we broke down Mighty Max. Deeply.
Really?
Yeah. Mighty Max was. It was
This
a
and
big
Beast
deal.
Wars,
Beast Wars was also another
Transformers. There's Transformers
Okay.
show before your time.
one. Yeah.
You wouldn't understand, bro.
Youngin.
I'm
why
only
you-
like
That's
what
why you voted for Biden.
3 years younger than you guys.
4.
4. I'm about to be 35 this
Yeah.
month.
Okay.
I think, right?
Yeah.
35?
35.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah.
I forget if I'm 34 or 30, if I'm turning 34 or 35.
I
Yeah,
did
it's
too.
real weird to say I'm 30 now.
Yeah, once
You
like
wanted to
once
say
you hit 30,
29.
dude, once
I
you hit
almost did,
31,
yeah.
dude, like after 31, you just kind of like you forget how
I'm
old
gonna
you are.
stop counting now.
It doesn't
Yeah.
matter.
No. I'm sure when you have kids too, like,
Yeah.
because you're just like, how old my daughter? You know how old your daughter is and shit.
Yeah. Should we talk about that school shooter real quick? 'Cause that's kind of fucking crazy. I think that's fucking insane.
Pretty crazy that he got
dude.
let out on
I
a
think
$25,000 bail.
75.
Oh, was it 75?
But still.
He was out in 24 hours.
Fucking insane.
I don't even know anything about this.
You didn't hear about this?
When I went to Zion,
Okay.
I was like disconnected. I didn't know
Yeah.
Facebook went down.
You were so.
I didn't. I was.
I didn't go on my phone at all. I was so in touch with the stars.
The stars aren't that great.
That's good though.
Really?
You got to do that
Stars weren't
sometimes.
No, it was nice to be disconnected. I remember like everyone was like talking about like Facebook going down and Instagram going down for 6 hours, and I had no idea.
Okay, so this 18-year-old kid in Texas got into a fight in a classroom, right? Like a physical fight. Dude comes from a well-off family, drives a Dodge Charger to school. Gets in a fight. The fight's actually filmed in the classroom. Gets his ass whooped. Goes out to his car, grabs a gun, comes back inside, shoots 5 people. Shoots 4 students and a pregnant teacher. Okay? Puts one of them in a critical condition. Right? Then he fucking flees. Gets in his Charger, dips out. Catch the dude. Right? He makes bail, $75,000. He's out in 24 hours. They got a GoFundMe up for him that's doing well.
Jesus Christ.
They got a picture. I'll show you this picture. Of like him and his family, and they're all smiling. And this is 24 hours after he shot 5 people in a school.
Jesus Christ.
Okay. And they're blaming it on him being bullied and stuff because he had money. He got bullied because he had money. Now we take Kyle Rittenhouse, who shot 3 people, killing 1 in self-defense. Fucking his bail was fucking, what was his bail, like $2 million or some shit?
Something
I think
crazy.
it was $2 million. Yeah,
it was high.
Hold on.
This is what we call
$2 million bail for Kyle Rittenhouse.
$2 million. Yeah.
Yeah. And is being scrutinized. And
Wow. I mean,
when have we ever heard of a school shooter? I'm just saying, when have we ever heard of a school shooter being released? Ever.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good point.
so he shot. Yeah, it doesn't even matter.
But it doesn't match the narrative of school shooters because of his skin color.
No, I won't lie. I was surprised when I just pulled up the picture.
Right.
I wasn't expect. I mean,
Just
I was
saying.
expecting just some, some goth white kid or
Right.
something.
Yep.
But yeah, that's wild.
So he's out.
He's out. and
He's out right now.
Are they praising
Posting
him?
pictures, smiling with his family and shit. After he put a kid in critical condition,
That's insane.
shot a teacher,
Are
4 other students.
Are they making a big deal about this on the news?
Yeah, they're making he's the victim.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Mhm.
That's blatant.
He's got GoFundMe.
That's blatant. He has a GoFundMe.
Yeah.
Did Kyle Rittenhouse have a GoFundMe? I'm sure he did.
It got taken down.
It got taken
Yeah.
down.
Yeah. His
Wow.
GoFundMe got taken down for his legal defense.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
Whoa.
fucking crazy.
That's fucked. Isn't that obvious? Like,
Yeah.
isn't that obvious? Like,
Yeah, but when you get emotion tied up into it, it doesn't matter the principle as long as you feel like you're on the side that's being favored. It doesn't matter how fucked the principle is. You feel like you're on the right side of it, so it's okay. You know?
yeah, and it's matching the narrative of the collective. So
Yeah.
everyone's like, you're not a bad person for backing this guy
Yeah.
because it's matching the narrative of the collective. I mean, that's
Exactly.
really what it is. I mean, wow. Yeah, I wasn't expecting. I was surprised when I saw
A black kid.
It was black.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You hear school shooting, you
Yeah.
automatically think.
I
In
was too.
Texas, I thought.
Which
Right.
and
Yeah.
everybody says that. Everyone's like, "Oh, that's a white thing, you know, like mass shooting's a white thing. It's like, well, actually, mass shootings is any shooting involving more than 3 people.
Which is so fucked.
Which
They,
is
they actually
you go to
recently-
Chicago and there's a lot of
Yeah.
mass shootings.
Yeah.
They
I was just gonna
recently
say, yeah.
changed that just so that they can use statistics in a more misleading way. Because
They changed the definition of mass shooting.
I believe
Look it up.
I don't
Let's
know.
see.
Don't quote
I don't.
me
Yeah,
on
I don't
that,
know
but,
either.
But I was
You're right.
very surprised to find that it was any more than 3 people was a mass shooting.
Now it's 4 more victims, according to.
Yeah. No, 4 more people, including the gunman.
4 more, victims.
That can be including the gunman. So now every single gang-related shooting is classified as a mass
This
shooting.
is saying if 10 people are shot but only 2 dies, the incident is not a mass shooting.
What? Oh, 4 more dead?
Yeah.
Oh.
That's
okay.
not what
Yeah.
I
See,
read.
that's bullshit.
Yeah, that's a
So then
That should be mass homicide.
So that yeah, exactly,
You know?
exactly, yeah.
that's a crazy. I can't believe.
So then
So
there-
on, he has an active GoFundMe right now?
So then
Last
that
time
shouldn't
I
even be
knew.
called a mass shooting then.
What's his name? Oh, it says it's been removed.
Oh, it has.
Yeah. Probably got way too many
Well,
violations by the majority.
it said
By the real
less than
majority.
$150 was raised.
Oh my god.
But the fact that he would even like anyone would think it would be okay for him to even have a GoFundMe made after getting out. You know?
Yeah. No, that's
So
that's crazy. That's fucking wild.
Yeah.
That's an obvious one again. Like it's just fucking obvious.
You know what's crazy to me too? We're talking on this push, like, is I saw an ad for Abercrombie and Fitch clothing,
Yeah.
and it was all like the whole ad was pushed towards people of color. It's like a very '90s like hip hop vibe now
Interesting.
for Abercrombie.
Are they
Yeah.
like rebranding themselves?
Well, yes. So here, I'll show you. Like that. That's Abercrombie.
What?
Abercrombie.
No way.
You gotta try to bring it up for the people to see. Which is very, very crazy. But all the comments, it was getting called out pretty hard. Because I mean, we all know Abercrombie. Like
Yeah.
Abercrombie was like known for rich white people, rich skinny white people.
Yeah, that's all that was
know,
on the pictures
especially
in the
for
store.
especially for women. Like it was like a bad fucking like most women, like an average sized girl.
No, it was all like extra smalls. Where
There was
large.
nothing. Yeah,
Yeah.
there was no large.
Yeah.
Did they really not
No,
sell large?
yeah, they didn't sell
Whoa,
large.
That's fucking crazy.
And he was open, like the creator of it, who's this really ugly dude, was very open about he didn't want fat people to wear his clothes.
Wow.
He was like basically like some people aren't meant to wear our clothes, and they won't.
That's crazy.
It's kind of hard to find that specific one, especially on Google. Face. Is this it? No.
Yeah, this is on like TikTok.
Yeah, this guy wasn't allowed to wear it.
Fuck no.
He's
No.
barely even fitting in that, to be honest.
Like I remember in high school and shit, like the whole thing was that you had to be asked to work there.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, for
like-
sure.
shit.
Let's see, because like what year did you graduate?
09.
Okay, so yeah, this would be a different. We're 05.
Yeah.
So Abercrombie was a little bit more popular when we were in high school.
Yeah, yeah. It started turning into Hollister when I was.
Hollister was popular too, but like
Hollister was like cheaper for some reason.
Hollister
Yeah.
was like the cheaper version. But like I remember like knowing people that worked at or Abercrombie and shit, and like talking about how like they had to approach you. Like you didn't go up and ask for a job. Like they
Oh
had
my
to come up to
God.
you because you had to have a certain look.
Right.
You know. And then like when you worked there, you had to be tan. You had to stay tan. You had to wear only their clothes, of course.
And their cologne.
And you had to wear flip flops all year.
Really?
Yep.
What
Yeah.
the fuck, dude?
That's true.
So crazy.
So this is their new like inclusive. See, like this shit's like just gross. Like
I can't
Like,
stand
so-
the word inclusive.
Yeah,
It's like, dude, it's like you're a piece of shit. Just stick by it and like fucking hold your brain. You know, like
yeah, seriously.
like you created something, it worked. Like, yeah, you're a piece of shit, but like fucking just stick by
Just
it
own
and hold
that.
to it. Like, you don't want ugly people wearing your shit.
yeah. So now
Don't
it's like,
don't fucking bow down.
I just
Yeah.
can't stand the buzzword inclusive or inclusivity because it only denotes divisiveness in practice. Anything that's labeled inclusive only highlights the differences.
yes,
Mm-hmm.
yes,
They had great cologne though, man.
fierce.
Fierce, and then Hollister had Jake.
Yeah. Yeah.
That shit was
Nauseating.
too much for me, man. Holy fuck. I don't know how anybody
Yeah,
worked
like when
in
you're
that
in
store.
there,
Yeah.
like yeah, for sure.
Yeah. it
They
was
would like
good, though.
spray you when you
Yeah.
walked in. Like I remember Hollister was like super dark. Do you remember that? Like it was like super dark and it
Yeah.
just like
The club music or is that Abercrombie?
It was
Or
both of them. It was
Or I think
both.
Hollister had more like pop, like
yeah, Hollister had
Like-
more pop.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Abercrombie was like Euro techno.
yeah, you
Yeah,
were
like
fucking-
Ocean Avenue was playing in like Hollister.
Yes,
you know,
100%.
like,
yeah.
you know, you'd walk in and like you're like I can't see, and someone sprays you in the face. This is Jake. You know? You're like, that smells good. I'll take a bottle. I actually looked it up because I wanted to get some. I wanted to buy some.
Hollister
I'm
Jake.
into like smells. I like smells and shit. And,
Yeah.
but I like nowadays I do like because I work at like a foods like a health place. Like I like oil imitations,
Okay.
but with body oil.
Right.
You know, which is like you can find any imitation of anything, and it's fucking great. And
It's
like,
what they use,
it's like
right?
$7.
Isn't it what they base it like? It's like the terpenes or whatever. Like, wouldn't that be like a similar thing?
Yeah, yeah. Whatever synthetic scent molecules.
Yeah.
they use.
Isn't that what a terpene is?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I know you got the knowledge on those terpenes.
Yeah, but you could find like I have like Dolce and Gabbana, like the one. It's just like $100 bottle. You know, like
Yeah.
I got like a big tube of it in like a body oil form
Okay. So
For,
it doesn't
like-
have all the
for, like-
bullshit in it and
for
stuff.
like $8. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, and you just rub it on you, and it
It's the
smells
generic.
exactly like
Yeah, yeah. The generic. In pharmaceutical
Yeah.
speak.
Yeah. So, but I can't find Jake. I was actually like trying to find like an actual bottle of Jake.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you could find it on like eBay, but
Oh
it's kind of
man.
expensive. But hey, man, I think that's where we're gonna end it. Thanks for coming on today.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, dude.
Thanks for having me.
It was a good time for sure.
Yeah.
We'll have you on again too, because there's a bunch of shit that I want to talk to you about, like supplements and shit that you're like
Yeah.
super knowledgeable on, and
For sure.
you put
Yeah, this
me
is like
on-
the icebreaker episode
For
for
sure.
You know, we
Yeah.
always have people on, and then they see what the
Yeah.
show. Because I feel like every time we ask people like to come on the show, like every single time we ask someone new to come on the show, they're always like, "Oh, I gotta prepare," or like, "I don't know, like I'm not prepared."
I
And
know.
Stuff. And
I
it's
had
like I
that
try to
thought,
explaining
too.
like, well, like, we just kind of like we come on the show and we just talk.
Right.
You know, it's like it's just. It's as if we were just at a table, but we have microphones in front of our face now.
Yeah.
And then so everybody they do the first episode and like they see what it's about, and then
for sure.
they're like, okay, this is cool. Like I could do this again.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I wanted to shout out. Can I shout your Instagram out too?
For
Because
sure, yeah.
dude, Derek rips. He's a good ass skateboarder. You gotta check him out. It's DJ Mill. So it's like DJMILLUH. Give him a follow. Check out his clips. I love this clip right here. I'll play this clip right here.
Put that on the.
Yeah, well, is this loop? I bet you it loops.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, let me wait till it starts over then. But Derek rips. He's nasty on a skateboard. I met him on a skateboard. We skate together. You check him out right here. This is in the city too. Who filmed this?
J Dub.
J Dub. Yeah.
Yeah.
Shout out J Dub.
Yerba Skate.
Yeah.
Where's this at?
This is right in front of the TCF Center.
Okay.
This is all kind of new stuff too, right?
Yeah, relatively new. Yeah. Last.
Look
like,
at that
year or
fucking
two.
ledge, dude.
The booty ledge.
Dude, I love this tray.
before we go, what
that Trey or a
go
three-shot?
Jim play?
Trey.
Go ahead and
Trey.
play a different clip while some
Okay.
few different clips while we talk about this. What what's the view in the skate world? Like in the skateboarder world, what is like? Is everybody on that woke shit right now, or do you think
It's
is it pretty mixed?
I would say it's a pretty good like sample of the population. There's like the trendy skaters who seem to be really aligned with all the corporate media stuff, but for the most part, I feel like, you know, because skateboarding is a counterculture,
yes.
you know, and that's really essentially what it is, and I think it still holds true for most people in the community that like,
Well, that's what I would figure, because like that's the whole, like that's a big argument with this whole, like the leftists being like, oh, resist and all this shit, and like we're edgy and we're, you know, against mainstream, but it's like, oh, like the media, the entertainment business, the music industry, like they're all have the same, you know, ideology that you have. So what exactly are you resisting?
Yeah.
What are you countering?
It's
How are you
unfathomable
counterculture if you're not countering
Yeah.
the culture that we see right now? And so I always felt like, again, like, yeah, skateboarding has always been a counterculture, you know? So I have a hard time when I see skateboarders posting all this woke shit and everything, and like, you know, being like, oh, I'm counterculture and shit, and it's like, you're not.
Yeah, it's really weird how people have been somehow convinced that
like-
aligning with corporate media is like counterculture, progressivism.
Like I thought this year, I thought for this election coming up, I thought I was gonna start seeing a lot of skateboarders with like MAGA hats and shit.
Yeah.
You know, like that's what I thought I was gonna see in the skateboard world.
Well, it's like anything else, you know. It's like you got to tread lightly. If you want to be widely accepted, you have to tread lightly.
Yeah, it's weird. It's
So did we just ruin your skateboard career, then? Is that what's going? So,
probably.
I'm 30 years old. I think I've ruined my own.
But you've been ripping hard though.
Yeah,
like, you've been ripping
since I came back.
Yeah, I've been skating with Derek since like he was probably 16. So 15 years.
Is there
ago.
any stories of like older skateboarders making it?
It's tough.
It's
Yeah.
tough because the body, right?
Yeah,
your body,
you break
obviously.
down. But
for
nowadays,
I have been seeing like older guys who I remember being in the scene like when I was growing up skating, and they're like just turning pro for certain companies now.
like
sure. Okay.
And they're
Did
like
you see,
30
like,
years old.
we talked about Adam Mueller last episode.
Yeah.
And Adam Mueller had that Thrasher drop.
Yeah.
How old is
Dude.
he?
He's your age or
he's
younger?
he's probably 28, 29.
Yeah.
Okay.
And he's
Yeah.
like me. We got caught up, you know, drinking, doing drugs, whatever, and like let skateboarding fall by the wayside.
Okay.
And came back like later on. Like I quit skating from when I was like 15 until I was 27 is when I came back.
Oh, really?
So I quit for 12 years.
Okay.
And I don't know if Adam quit that long. I don't know if he ever really quit, but he just like was into other stuff more for a while, but he came back strong. And it's
Okay.
like it's
What made
unheard
you
of.
come back to it?
Just like getting clean. Honestly, it killed me the whole time not skating. So like just seeing people that I used to skate with and just like missing that so much. But it only added to my misery at the time. But after like getting clean and like
Oh, so you got clean.
thinking about what I really want,
Okay.
I was like, I feel like I need to go back to skating.
Yeah, we can talk
Okay.
about that. We'll go deeper into like all that shit
For
next
sure.
time you're on for sure. 'Cause
Yeah,
it's
that's a
really,
good cliffhanger right
It's
here.
a really interesting story too.
Yeah, 'cause
And-
I'm interested.
yeah,
you know?
because he definitely. I mean, especially for stopping for so long, and like seeing you pop up at the park again. Like I just remember getting stoked to see you because I was like,
Right.
damn, I hadn't seen you in a long time. Like last time I seen him, he was probably like, you know, fucked
up,
up.
yeah.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I was too. You know, so
Yeah,
I was. I
yeah.
mean, I was in the same boat. But like my man here has some talent, so he's very talented skateboarder, and you know it's fun to watch, fun to skate with you and shit too. It's fun to talk to you too, and it's
Appreciate
really
it.
it's a breath of fresh air to
Yeah,
just
man.
even know that like you and I can have these conversations like openly, and it's
seriously,
because it's hard, especially in skateboarding too. Because like you said, people tread lightly. Like you don't know if you can say something. You're like, I don't know. Did Bush knock down the towers? Like you're like,
right?
yeah, he did. I'm like, all right, let's talk about some shit.
Right.
Yeah, but yeah, make sure you check out his Instagram. It's DJ Miller, and give him a follow.
Right on.
Show.
All right, Jim, tell everyone where they can find us.
Check us out on Instagram at Secret Hideout Podcast. And then head over to that YouTube channel. Make sure you check out the YouTube because we got all the videos going up there now. All these episodes are going video style. So subscribe.
The camera blackout in every episode now.
Yeah, probably. There'll be some sort of cut in every episode. And then check out the Twitter at Secret Hideout 17. We probably gotta get like a TikTok and a Gab and all that stuff too. I threw that Gab in there like that.
Yeah.
Gab's got some real shit on it. Though.
I haven't even heard of Gab.
Dude,
yet,
Gab's it's wild. It's Wild West.
Really?
It's like, it's Wild West, man. Like it's
That's what our boy Enzo is all about. Is
Okay.
Gab. It's like Jim said last episode, we don't have a Gab because we have a Gab insider. Like,
like, I don't know if I'm going. Like we're a half foot in. That's
we had
always
had
say.
an episode when like Gab. It was like when Trump got kicked off Twitter and shit, and like Gab exploded.
Okay.
Right, Gab exploded, and didn't they take Gab down?
You couldn't even get on it. It was either jammed or you couldn't get onto the.
It was
website.
like when they were taking like certain websites, like certain new social medias coming out that were like more towards
in response to the censorship.
Yeah, and that were aimed more towards conservatives and stuff.
Yeah.
They were like taking them off app stores and shit. And Gab like exploded, and you couldn't even get on it. We tried making an account, and it was just so traffic jammed.
Oh,
And
okay.
we we had an episode where we were talking about that and like how like all the headlines were like, oh, like all that's on there is like white supremacists and Nazis and stuff like that. And
Yeah,
like
we're like, yeah,
we're like,
right.
yeah, right.
Yeah, there's probably some truth seekers out there. and then we talked to our boy
We're like,
Enzo.
we're like, what's Gab like? He's like, lots of Nazis, bro.
We're like, oh shit.
okay.
All right. I don't know if we're gonna, but I don't know. I want to get on other platforms and put this stuff, but it's on YouTube. Check it out there. Subscribe. I don't know. It's fun to do this, so that's the only place to
man,
do
thanks for coming on.
Yeah,
we'll have
man.
you back.
It was a good time.
And to everyone, don't listen to a word we say because we don't know what the fuck we're talking about. And like always, do your own research, and we will catch you on the flip side.
Peace.
Later.
Peace.
All right.
Dope.
Cool.
That's fun.
Whew. That was a good one. I had to pee real bad.
I had to pee so fucking bad.